It froze.
Yo, what is
no.
up, buddy? It's me, Nux. I'm kidding, anyway.
Bro.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nux Taco.
So, this anime list that you've been preaching about, Blitz.
I can't. What? It's nothing, right?
Welcome, everyone, to the roast of Blitz V98's anime list.
My Blitz. My Blitz?
Audience.
Is that what you just said?
Sorry,
Yep.
viewers. I hate to tell you this, but Blitz doesn't watch anime, and that's why there's nothing on the screen.
What? I didn't
Exactly.
even explain the rule. What? I didn't explain how this is gonna work. Alright. This is my top 36 anime list, and how this is work is I have printed out my list. So what you guys are seeing, it's the blank version of it, and I'm gonna type in the spots of where these shows are, one by one. After one, we'll discuss the show. That's where you do your roasts, opinions, and then at the end, when we get through the top, I'll decide if I want to rearrange some stuff or I want to keep my list the same. You guys will get your final statements, your final jokes, your final roast on me.
What I'm hearing is
see.
Boku no Pico better be at number 1.
God no. Anyways, we're joined here today by my two co-hosts, Crows Savannah and Ghosts, and then we're joined by special guest honor, another member of our group, Firecraft 31. Yeah, okay. Okay. Just- yeah, okay. Okay there, bud. Alright.
Okay, I guess.
Alright, let's start with number 36. And that is the disaster life of wow. Oops. Disaster, the
Waster?
The disastrous life of Psyche Kuso. If you guys have seen that.
The disastrous life of a who?
Disaster's life of
Yeah.
named it.
Psyche Kuso. I just pressed Psyche K.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of that.
Yeah, with this guy with the psychic powers who just wants to get away from everyone.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Bro, what? Bro, what?
Bro.
You see, you don't understand. This isn't a list. It's just whatever you like is immediately garbage.
That's
Yeah, point.
I guess.
that's not roasting. That's just you being dumbass.
I'm not being dumb. I'm just speaking the truth.
No, you're not. Have you been to a roast? Do you know how to roast? And not chicken.
Nah,
Yes.
he probably doesn't. We're usually the one roasting him.
You said that so...
Alright, Psyche K, I think is actually a pretty good anime, not gonna lie. It's pretty funny. The thing that I find really weird about it, but they make it work, is the speed.
Yes, I
Like-
was gonna say that. The speed is very interesting. 'Cause it's very fast
Like
paced.
the speed of the way people talk, and yeah, it's very fast paced. Like they sure didn't know
Like a
how to
bridge?
cram a bunch of stuff in there.
Well, the chapters are very short from the manga, and they fit so much in one episode. So, like, it's very short. Like, if like on Funimation they have like Funimation version of one episode, it's basically different from how they release it in Japan, because in Japan one episode was like 5 to 6 minutes, I believe. But Funimation just compiled them all together to make 24. So it
Interesting.
yeah, but it's same on Netflix, I believe. So, which is the final season of it. But yeah, I liked it. It was pretty good. It's my number 36. Any other takes? Any other roasts? Any other things?
I haven't watched it, so I can't really say.
I wouldn't really say it's a roast. That one's actually pretty good.
It's my number 36. Oh, by the way, you're also staying opinions. When I mean roast, you're also staying what you would have a show at. So let's say I had like Bleach at number 1 and had Attack on Titan next.
Fucking trash.
That's when you be. That's when you can roast and say you had Attack on Titan 35 by Bleach at 1. But no, that's not happening. The
I'm
next
just gonna
one.
keep my mouth shut.
The next one
Are you
is
trying to die?
Nisekoi, the manga and anime.
Having that at 35?
I have that at 35.
You have
Now,
this on this list.
question: have you watched all the seasons?
Yes, both 2 seasons.
35.
And I read the whole manga to the end. And I loved the ending.
What was the ending again? I read the manga, but
Let's just say he ends up with someone that everyone didn't want him to end up with.
Like every harem anime?
yes,
Yeah.
Odanera or whatever her name was.
That's who everyone wanted him to be with.
Yeah, didn't he end up being with the Guns and Smokes girl?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, her Gun and Smokes girl. I'm not surprised. In all honesty, they were the first people to meet in the beginning of the story, was it not?
Yeah, they were.
I'm not
Yo,
The
surprised.
whole story is
Yeah,
basically about.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happened in what's it called, Toradora.
Romance series need to stop
Fair.
normalizing that.
Stop
Like
romance.
spicing it up.
That's
a
not
little-
normal.
spicing it-
That's not normal.
Spicing it up a little bit. The main protagonist falling in love with the first girl they see in the anime.
Hold on. Yes,
Well,
that
no,
is
his crush was
his childhood friend Onodera.
yeah.
But he 'cause
Right.
remember he had to fake being girlfriends with Chitoge because they're both of them are from Yakuza clans who are against each other. And they
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they drag out the story for like 50,000 chapters about how they're slowly falling in love with each other, and then in the end, they end up getting together. Yeah. I've heard. This
Not gonna
evidence.
lie, they dragged out that whole thing. Key in the lock, all this other garbage.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, they did drag it out, and that was one of my points why I said 35. But
Bro, how long did it
Nisakoi-
take for her to get the key fixed?
Nisakoi turned into Kingdom Hearts. Like Chitoge had a key, Odanera had a key, that ginger girl had a key. Like,
Everybody had a
This
key.
person had a
Everybody
key.
had a key. Oh my gosh.
He gave a key to everyone. Why? Because they're all stupid and forgot that he knew all of them.
He forgot himself that he knew all of them too.
That's what I mean. He forgot he knew all of them, and they even forgot they even knew him. Oh,
Wow.
our memories are repressed. There's no way. When did I get this key? I've been carrying it all my life. Not sure why. Didn't even bother throwing it out. But the fact that they kept it till now.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. Well, there was the one girl, the girl who had orange hair. She remembered him, but she was just too thirsty. She.
Oh yeah,
You were
She's
hella
the only one
thirsty.
to remember
Yeah.
the promise.
Yeah.
But
She was like bad at that. She was like, it was like, okay.
I'm just gonna go.
I have the key that opens it. Doesn't open.
On to,
okay, I believe you.
all right.
Oh right. Her key snapped. Then his stupid thingy broke apparently, and it couldn't be opened if I remember.
I can't remember what, for the love of God, I mean, what was inside that stupid thing, anyways. I don't think it was
Ring.
anything.
See that's what I mean. There's
Ring.
nothing.
Was it the ring?
Weren't they ring? Weren't it rings? 2 rings?
I think it was 2
I don't
rings.
remember.
I'm gonna have to reread that last chapter. But the one thing I will say is the comedy for the romance of it was actually pretty funny. Like, it was really funny. Yeah, story wise.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, story wise, it dragged out so long, but comedy wise, it was pretty well done in my opinion. And it's very colorful, at least in the end.
It is very colorful. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Not English.
Yeah, we can blame Annie Palex for that. Anyways, next show, Monkey.
I just want to say one last thing. People forgot about that anime. Even the manga. I went to a subreddit to see if I could find out what was even in the lock. The most thing was 5 years ago, and people are like, no clue. I forgot what happened after the mall. People are like, I just kind of dropped it after a bit.
It is quite forgettable.
Yeah.
What? Magi or?
No.
And then people were saying that the locket premise was thrown out the window, so nobody cares. Nobody even cared.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So the next one, 34, is Magi or Magi.
Which one? Are we talking about like the original series, or are we talking about the Sinbad and other spin-off
I'm
crap?
actually going to say the whole franchise. 'Cause I read both. I watched the Sinbad Adventures, The Adventures of Sinbad, which is a prequel. That's just a prequel about Sinbad. And then there's the Magi, which then I watched both seasons and then read the manga to the end, which is horribly rushed at the final arc. It makes no sense at all. But I actually liked it. It was really good. Action-wise, it was pretty good. It had some great characters. I have notes here.
From what I watched, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's like it's not like a top tier show, but it's like a show that you can just be like, yeah, okay, it's good.
I mean, I want to put it in 34 though.
Is Magi the one with your favorite character, Sinbad?
Sinbad's not my favorite character, but he is one of my favorite kings. But
I swear he's your favorite character. This man is OP for no reason. And he's not the main character.
yeah, and your point is
Imagine being overpowered and not caring.
Escanor?
Well.
yeah.
Pardon me. You see.
Go on.
Meliodas was more overpowered, so it didn't matter.
Meliodas was more overpowered, but we find out, but he wasn't as overpowered as his first introduction as freaking Escanor.
Yeah, because they downplayed him. What they always downplayed him. What do you mean he wasn't that really overpowered?
I mean, at the beginning where he introduced, remember we find out later on about Meliodas' curse and stuff like that.
But yeah, because like I said, everything was downplayed. Plus, he even sealed away most of his powers anyway.
Anyways, let's just talk about animes because it's number 33, 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh. Can I quickly say, Magi, their magic system, I feel like is really fleshed out well.
Yes, it is. That's one. That's one thing I
yeah.
would like. It's very well written. Like about their power system and magic system, it is very really good. The only issue is you did bring up a point about Sinbad, like he's just broken for the fact of being born. Like this literally a line in the story.
I mean, you have to have a monkey wrench in a character's storyline
somehow, and like it's literally stated in in his prequel that he's born. He's called a miracle child. So,
other reason.
Anyways, going on to 7 Deadly Sins. This is more of like the manga a little bit because the animation, like the anime, is just right now.
The anime is the anime. That's all we have to say.
What are you talking about? The anime just got to a really funny moment.
What moment is that?
Am I allowed to say it?
Existing?
Say it. Oh, by the way, everyone, heavy spoiler.
What is it?
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Is it when King looks like Rick Ashley?
Nah, bro. It's the part where the story was supposed to end, then a rock landed on Elizabeth.
Oh, did they actually get the episode?
Oh, did they get to that part?
Yeah. And I was like, yes, the story's finally done.
I hope they ended it at just that scene. If they didn't,
they did. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they just ended the episode.
Oh, I'm about to go watch now. I'm about to just go watch again just to see that. I did not know. But cool. I think 7.
I love Escanor's face. His face is just wide open. Oh.
Oh. What was I going to say? The thing I love about 7 Deadly Sins, I think I like more. I actually don't really like the storyline that much, but I love the characters. Like each of the sins, it's hard not to.
I love all the characters. They all have their own quirks and personalities,
and their own backstory that you can actually understand where they're coming from. Like their philosophy. Like Bond, everyone loves Bond because his story, and it's yeah, you can understand why he steals and everything. He didn't have anyone there for him really, other than a thief. You have King, who was a fairy who never grew his fairy wings until this.
And then he did.
Yeah.
And he grew height as well.
And then he grew his hair that now he looks like Rick Ashley's but with wings.
No, he doesn't. That's if he cut off that big part of his hair.
Go look at his hair. He looks like Rick Ashley.
Yeah, I know.
He looks like Rick Ashley. He looks like he jams out to Never Gonna Give You Up.
I don't blame him.
Hey, can we also just talk about how the bridge version is just beautiful?
Oh yeah, that's Muck Squad's abridged version. Yes, it's really good.
Oh yes.
How they do it.
Nah, abridged got nothing to do with the anime though.
That's true. So I want to stay away.
I mean, it's true.
It's true. So I kind of do want to stay away from the bridge, but I will say this about 7 Deadly Sins. It was really good. I liked it. I enjoyed the soundtrack. I actually enjoyed that Perfect Time song. Because when it comes in, I'm like, oh, I'm just hyped. Because it just, I actually like Meliodas' powers. At least in the first season. Before we found out his demons' powers. But still, I like the whole full counter. He's just a person who can counter. That's literally it. But he's also good with swords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and just his natural base power was really like high.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're throwing magic attacks at me? Hey, guess what? I'm gonna reflect that times 2.
Times 2.
And then I like how there's also jokes like when Merlin reveals her power, it's called Infinity, and that she can make any spell last as long as she wants, no matter what. Which is just literally all the characters said. That's just not fair.
Because it isn't.
It's not. So. Alright.
Anyways.
On to 32. 32 is Monthly Girl Nozaki-kun.
It sounds familiar.
I have probably showed you
I don't think
some
I've
of the
seen this.
funny moments from it. Kroza, you remember this? Because Yumi saw the compilation and we were laughing our head ups when we saw him. He's like, that scene where he's like, I have a great idea. When it was raining, and he's like, let's run underneath the rain.
Yes.
With and all you hear is, ah! One Direction. comes
Runs back. Ah! Him, all right, I'll be your personal umbrella. Puts his whole shirt out, goes over her. Ah!
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty funny for a guy that has like no emotion. They make him so funny.
Like he has emotions, but he's just passionate about manga. Like he's a manga artist, and he's passionate.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know. Like there's a scene that's very funny because he's trying to write a love scene, and he's just like, he asks Chio, who is his assistant, and it's also the one of the main characters, who is in love with him. About,
Do they ever end? Okay, pause for a second. Do they ever end up together at the end?
I don't know. I just at the end of the show, I have only watched up to 12 episodes, which is
Okay, I was gonna get into the manga and I never did.
I didn't
But-
get into the manga yet, but I'm thinking I may. But I heard it's like the manga's short, like the chapter wise are short.
Ugh.
So
Is it even done?
I don't think it's done.
I can look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Probably done, but has no translator.
There's a possibility.
That
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense as well. It is ongoing.
It is ongoing.
Dang.
Last updated March 3rd, 2021.
Oh, so the author is probably like sick or something like that, or a translator too. That could be a thing too.
Lord have mercy, it's at 122 chapters. Bro, how many chapters can you make of just nothing for like... Anyway,
Go
it's a pretty good anime.
It's very funny. I think it's one of those where you can just watch and chill. Like one of my favorite characters is the guy he bases the main girl off of, who has red hair. Because he would say like I like how he's written. Like he would say something so cool, and then he realized what he said, and he's like, "Oh, that's cringe," and he starts being embarrassed.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it's like Firecraft. I really recommend that you watch it. Give it a watch. It's pretty funny.
Why not try it?
Well, on to
If
30.
it's not good, you'll find me outside your window.
Yeah, well, probably like how the poverty god, like in Good Luck Girl, which is number 31.
Good luck, girl. Hell yeah. Why is that 31? Why the hell is this
Uh-oh.
at 31?
Because I like 30 shows better than
What other shows are better than Good Luck Girl?
I'm
The
not
comedy in it is peak humor.
that. I would not disagree. The comedy in Good Luck Girl is really funny. However, it's parody comedy, so it's parody of other shows, and it's only funny, really more funny if you have seen those shows, so you will get those references.
I mean, I didn't get half the references with it, and I still find it freaking hilarious.
That is true. That is true. But a lot of people, there's a lot of things with parodies. It's like sometimes they will miss some jokes because they don't get the reference. But it's without the reference jokes, the parody jokes, it's still really funny.
Fair.
Storyline, I think it could emphasize more on like how, like there was something there about her loneliness, and they just kind of step away from it, at times.
Mm.
So
Did you ever read the manga?
no, I didn't read the manga.
Okay, never mind.
I didn't read the manga. I don't even watch the anime.
I know there was like a. I know for like the manga, if I remember correctly, they went to that. I believe.
I bet they would because they would have more materials. It's a shame they get a second season.
What was
It needs
Good Luck
a
Girl
second.
again?
Well, it might. There's a lot of good series getting.
What you say,
Second.
Kosa?
I was just saying, what was Good Luck Girl again? For some reason, I'm thinking it's the one where the girl, she loves the guy so much and he keeps punching her in the face.
That's a whole girl.
Oh, whoops.
Nah.
That's our whole girl. That
Good Luck Girl is basically about like a girl who has an ungodly amount of good luck, so they send a poverty god to make her not lucky.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
We had to sit down and watch this, dude.
Yeah. It's the one
Oh,
we
yeah.
watched where we kept saying Nagi.
Yo, bet anime night. Anime night. I'm down.
Yeah.
It will happen.
That show was very funny.
That show is very funny.
I love the Chihuahua. I freaking love that damn Chihuahua.
The fact that there were so many references in it that they got to get away with and stuff like that, it just wow.
Bro, the tennis
They did the
match.
tennis
was
match
just
from Death
amazing.
Note with the gumbo gumbo stretchy arm.
The dub is even better because they did a double reference in that one for that scene because the girl who voices the poverty god and the dub, she also voices Luffy. So she just did her Luffy line voice when she said that line, which is just like, oh, that makes even,
Oh.
yeah.
There was no game, no life references in there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of references in there. I love, what was it, the Fist of North Star reference when all of them, or JoJo reference when all of them are doing the stare. They're like, oh, I hope she doesn't, when, what's her name shows up, and she's like, I hope she won't notice me. Stares there, and then the probably guy's like, she's like, oh, you think you can get ahead of me? No, joins in. And then what's his name? The guy who's always sleeping, he's like, oh, wait, I want some of this. And then as the girl's walking towards her, you see that there's more people around them who just join in. And have the aura.
It's a great show. I
It's funny.
freaking love it. It does not deserve to be in 31 though.
Yeah, it does, because number 30 is better. And number 30 is Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone is not better than Good Luck Girl. Fuck that.
Story-wise, I would agree, yes, it is.
Story-wise, yeah, I can agree with
Yeah,
story-wise,
that's what
but
was
even
my-
then, the story-wise is a little wobbly.
How's it wobbly? Well, this is at 30. What? Go on. Go on.
It's still there's like still a good storyline with it, but
They're
it's still not like completely
They've gone.
clear.
They're trying to repopulate the Earth, like doing at a faster rate than we are now. So it's like that is a pretty good like storyline for me, and like yeah, is Senku super smart? Yes, but he's not strong. He's just smart. That's literally it, and asshole at times. But I
The
like
fact the man still had the same hair as a baby.
that was hilarious. I actually laughed.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But there's actually just the one thing with Dr. Stone, there's some emotional moments, and I actually like the science they do. Like how they make all these things, and like seeing these other people's reaction to like things that we take for granted, like cola and instant ramen, and then they never have
And
it.
candy.
Or candy, yeah, cotton candy. And they have it now. And it was just, you can see it. And also, I just like the art style. Well, granted, it's new. But, I just like Dr. Stone more than Good Luck Girl. I'm sorry, man.
To be honest, I didn't really like the art style. I had to get used to it at first. It was kind of painful to watch with that art style.
Little known fact, the artist who draws the art style, he's not the one who writes the story, but he draws the art for the manga. He used to do hentai.
Hell yeah, boy.
Hey, why'd he
It
quit?
makes sense.
Again, Ghost, I don't know. I don't know why they
Bro,
keep
why didn't he just make Dr. Stone into a Gentai?
Oh my god.
Stone?
I mean, there's some of it. There's some of it out there.
There's probably there's probably something out there.
But like, if he did anyway, move on.
If he did.
It's a whole other
On
argument.
this
Hang on.
On this episode of Dr. Stone, we're gonna thank you. What are we doing? I'm gonna show you how to make a vibrator.
I'm going to show
Whoa.
you how the human body works.
Bro, you want to speed up the process of repopulating the Earth?
The process.
Like the moment you said, I'm like, bro, wait a minute.
Well, the
I, mean,
Earth,
I know what he's doing, but
yeah.
why isn't he doing it the traditional way?
Well, it's because there's already people populating Earth. He's just trying to speed up the process of like technology-wise of Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still don't believe it's better than Good Luck Girl. I'll fight that to my grave.
And you can fight that all you want.
All right. All right.
29! Real life.
Oh, what?
Eat life?
Real life. Have you seen it?
So hang on. Looking it up real quick.
Okay, well, you're looking at
I
it.
know I haven't seen this one.
So, So, real life is about a guy who, like, his life is going to shit, and he's like, man, if anything I could do, he runs into a medical procedure, and they're like, hey, listen, we have this drug that can turn you 10 years younger, and you can redo your life from high school, so you could change your course and stuff like that. And he
So
does
17 again?
Yeah, he's 17. Yeah, it's basically it's 17 again. Yeah, you know what?
That movie, you know? Yeah, I love that movie. Man, I thought this was an anime list.
You know what? Ghost, until you said that, I just realized, like, I literally had to call myself, like, holy shit, it's literally 17 again.
You described for just a second. I'm like, wait a minute. I saw a movie about this once.
Wait a minute. I think we all know where this is going.
But the only difference between this and 17 again, well, spoilers to 17 again, he's trying to win back his wife.
You mean he lost his wife?
Have you not seen the movie 17 again?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, in real life, he's single. The guy's single. He has, like, nobody. He had no friends, really, other than drinking buddies. And
he got given a second chance.
got a second chance.
In another world.
So he makes friends. And the reason I like this, there's a lot of key emotional moments and stuff like that. And there's another character who becomes his love interest, but you find out that she also's in the real life program.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's very touching. It's a very
They had to add that part in just so they can't make him a pedo.
You know what? Now that you mention it, technically, yeah, he would be technically a pedo.
But like they acknowledge that type of thing in what's it called? Erased, where the guy's like, she's like 11, or like, and then he's just like, you're 22. No, when he's getting all heartfelt over a kid, and he's just like, whoa, hold up.
He's like, wait a minute, hold up, no, stop.
I could have just done
Erased
that.
was actually
right?
a good series too.
Is Erased on your list?
28. Sword Art Online.
Why is that not at the bottom of the list?
Why is it even on the list?
Hold on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kind of decent.
Okay,
Sword
look,
Art is
Okay, the first season.
I have to
The
admit,
first
Sword
season.
Art Online, it's interesting. All right. You have this guy, you see no training arc, and he just comes back overpowered. But
Okay,
Here's the thing about Sword Art Online. The first half of the first season of Sword Art Online is good.
it's good. I was gonna say,
Most of the stuff in between that is bad.
Yeah.
Alicization is good.
if Ghost
That's what
hasn't
I'm saying.
told me about Alicization, it's like just watch it and give it a try. So it's Rory, because he was telling me, and I can see because he's watched it. Me and him share my Funimation account, so he watches it. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it, and it is good. However, I will say this: I ended up rewatching the whole Sword Art Online, like the whole series. It's kind of like I hate to put it this way because I'm gonna have to mention it later on. It's kind of how it's a little bit different how I watch Fairy Tail. It's like I have to turn my brain off and not look at the nitpicks and just enjoy the ride.
The booba. Oh, the booba.
Yeah, but the other hard.
Hey,
But it's like if you look past that, like the fight scenes, I think they're actually really well written. Like how they're done, kind of in a way.
I just want you to know that people don't remember SAO for the story. They remember SAO for the simping, the mass simpage,
Okay.
and the big harem that he had. Nobody remembers this show for the story. Nobody. Everybody remembers it for the freaking women and the fact that none of them ever end up with him.
Okay, those are.
There's like one.
Hold
There's like
on,
one
hold
story. There's one key story part I remember, and that's when the one fairy girl died.
I think Ghost, you can back me up on this. I think that's mainly people who dropped it after part 1 of season 1, but anyone who's watched Alicization would probably recognize it for Alicization more now.
What was Alicization?
Ghost.
The wow.
Ghost?
Okay. So basically I gotta go back to episode 1. Alright. So basically there's this, it's not a secret organization, but sort of spoilers for the end, but some survivors from Laughing Coffin try to take Kirito out, so they stab him with some type of poison. But this little heart thing they've been
Oh, is that when they basically send him into like quote unquote another game that's basically kind of just shove your soul in there type shit?
They shove the soul into a society that's like basically it's a living society. To keep him alive.
Yeah.
And that's like he's not trapped in there, but he needs it to survive, and that's what it's based off of, really.
Okay. Yeah, I know. What
right.
That is.
It's a bit more serious. It's a bit more serious because like the first part actually does remove the whole harem aspect, and people were saying like if you take Kirito away from the girls, it's good. It's when you
all the scenes where he did not have a harem. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I
he doesn't really have a
I
harem in the
will
first
also
half.
argue at some parts, because there was parts where the girls were away from Kirito and they had their own scenes, like fight scenes, like Asuna. It was kind of okay. Like, it wasn't bad. It was like...
Can't say the same about Sinon. Sinon got gutted.
Yeah, Sinon got gutted.
I
Sinon
thought they treated her in the second half.
Yeah.
She showed up to get bodied. I was like, wow.
Trash waifu.
Bro.
Fight me.
But yeah, I just realized, like, I had a newfound thing for Sword. Like, I remember watching part 1. I thought it was pretty good. I never view it as an isekai. And then when people start calling it isekai, I was like, oh, this is what it's called?
But what?
I just never view it as
You
an
know what?
isekai.
You know
When
what?
I first watch it, a long time ago.
They're free to think what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it's not because Kirito doesn't die.
Yeah, but in the first part 1, it was a big argument saying that that's an isekai because they were trapped in the world. He is put into.
See, I would see Log Horizon as more as a isekai than Sword Art.
Yeah, Log Horizon is definitely more of an isekai than.
That's more isekai than Sword Art.
Because they can't come back.
Yeah, they can't come back at all. At least from like right now.
Yeah, who knows what else has happened. Anyways, 227. Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches.
I feel like this is another harem anime.
Kind of is.
Kinda.
I'm seeing a lot of harem animes on here.
Yeah, because this is all this man watches.
That's
Bro, hold on. Wait until top 10. It gets better. He goes through character development. Okay, guys, come on. We gotta get through his high school phase first.
Bro, how you have to do
Oh,
like
God.
that? You could at least wait until you got to his top 20. You could at least said that, but you said wait till you get to his top 10.
I just want to point out with Yamada cutting the 7 Witches, the whole beginning of it, they made it seem like his power, it was just weird. You kiss someone, you swap bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Man was kissing mans, women, probably some dogs. I mean,
True gender equality.
it. Did
I
we say that? Write that up. Write that up.
Put it on the script. Put it on the script.
But yeah, I just like the storyline of it. It's pretty, like Rosa said, yeah, he had a weird power, but it's the mystery of it, finding all the witches, and then.
Wait, first, what were all the other witches' powers?
Shit.
I never watched this. I don't know.
So the main girl, Shishori, hers was the body switching one. Another one was that she can make people. One of the other girls was her witch power was charming, because all their witch powers were based on something that they lacked in life that they always desired to have. So the main girl, she always wanted to switch bodies because her life, she wanted to be someone else other than herself. Another witch was that her powers was charming because she wanted people to like her, and people didn't like her. and I remember one of them being like she can erase memories and stuff like that because she wanted people to never remember her.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, so there's like, and there's all like when you go look at all the, I can't remember all the witches' powers, but when you look at all the witches' powers and how they get their powers and stuff, you're like, holy shit, this is kind of sad and dark. But they layer that on top of that comedy. There's like some comedy moments and like
I see a blue-haired girl in there. Does she get blue ball too?
does she look? Is she flat?
Can't tell from these pictures.
Is her hair covering one of her eyes?
Yes.
No, she didn't get blue balled. She didn't even like him.
So she broke the curse of blue-haired waifus.
I guess.
I mean, let's just face it. All blue-haired waifus get blue balled.
They do. Yeah.
Can't deny it.
Can't deny it. Alright, on to 26. I'm not finished reading. I have only read 3 volumes of this. Firecraft, you're gonna get mad at me.
You've only read 3.
3 volumes.
Wow.
I need to read more.
Pathetic.
I know, I've been taking it at a slow pace.
So overrated.
Honestly, I can't fight that because people do hype it up a little too much than what it actually is.
Yeah, people do hype it up.
And because of that, it makes it overrated.
It does make it overrated. However, I will say this. I only read 3 volumes. And from the 3 volumes, I actually find it very interesting and sweet. And I think it's a very interesting plotline where the fact that the main character can't talk because she's very shy.
I really love it. And from what I've read so far, they're doing a really good job of planting the seeds of the love interest and how it's actually working out. They're not dragging out so long to the point where it's just like, yeah, they're not going to ever do anything until about 20 more chapters, but it's still to the point like it's not going to actually show anything yet.
Yeah, they're not going to do a show anything where they just do the final chapter. You're like, it just says 10 at the beginning. 10 years later. Holy shit, she has a kid. Who's the dad? What?
And as far as
I wonder.
as far as I know, if I remember correctly, it's still ongoing right now.
Yeah, it's still ongoing. And they also just announced that, well, people think it's an anime that's just being confirmed because they came out with a website for it, an official website for it.
I doubt it.
Possibly.
I can hope, but I doubt it.
Well, 25.
Is it Assassination Classroom?
It's Assassination Classroom.
By the way,
fair, to be honest.
real quick, with Komi-chan, I just want to point out that it is a real thing. You can actually be too shy to talk.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a real disorder. Yeah, that is a very real disorder.
Very real disorder.
Which is like one of the reasons I do love it a lot, because it's a disorder that not a lot of people talk about or put any attention to.
It's not.
They make it into a
Not a
cute
lot of
aspect.
people have either.
No, yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
very,
true.
It's not common.
It's not very common.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes it. It's the appeal. Like I said, like the appeal of how shy she is. And
It's
like,
definitely different.
Yeah.
Another thing too, like the main character dude, there are people like that too who can just help and read people's emotions. They don't even have to talk.
Yes, there is people who are like that.
I mean, the whiteboard helps.
I mean, yeah, that helps too, but most of the time he doesn't need the whiteboard. He can just look at her and know what she's thinking. Even with that blank expression.
Doesn't she talk every so often?
Like every now and again she'll talk, but only when she's like absolutely 100% alone with him on the phone.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to. So, Assassination Classroom.
Assassination Classroom. I like how all of us start laughing because we think we know what you mean.
No, I think
Yeah.
I just.
But anyways,
imagine what she
Assassination
sounds
Classroom.
like when she talks, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Assassination Classroom.
Anyways, it was a good series. I love the series.
Yeah, I love it too. Like, it's very funny. It's like, bro, you're teaching kids how to be assassins? This is actually pretty hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie though.
And it's not like a really serious tone. That sounds like something that would be more serious, right?
Yeah.
You can turn this into way more bloody. Like someone's
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to teach these kids to
definitely.
be real trained assassins. Like take Akame ga Kill for example. The backstory of Akame is literally and her sister. They were literally trained to like be. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ghost, but they were trained to be the way they are, right?
Comment
From
Kurama?
what I remember,
since-
yeah,
Since childhood.
Yeah.
they were always
They
trained to
literally
kill.
could have made Assassination Classroom that whole story. Nah, it's lighthearted.
Like I will say though, like at the end of Assassination Classroom, I did cry like a little bitch.
Oh yeah, definitely
At
when it
the
was getting
ending?
near the end and you
Yeah,
read
at the
Koro
end.
Sensei's backstory. Oh my goodness.
God.
That
And
whole episode,
that's
I
what
cried.
one thing I was gonna say too. Like with Assassination Classroom, like a lot of the episodes, you're just laughing, but when they do that emotional sad points, you feel it. You feel it. Like it hits.
I feel like the reason for that is they get you so attached. They make you like, they actually like, I don't know how, but they make you feel like you're part of the classroom
Mhm.
itself. That you're actually
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the people
100%.
killing Koro Sensei.
You know what I wish they kind of did though? I wish like in the final moment he reverted back to being human, and I wanted to die that way instead.
Would've
At
been
least
nice.
they
That
would
would have been nice.
Yeah, that way they would have all got to see who he really was. But I guess maybe I mean, I remember the reason why he turned into that, right? Because essentially, the woman that
It was
he was
just
talking with
experiments.
told him that he should be like. No, he's like, because he had like no emotions, kind of, right? He was very cold hearted.
He was nothing but a killer. He was a trained assassin.
Yes,
thinking
and then
best of the
he got an
world.
apprentice who stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, his name was. Remember when he was assassin? His name was the Reaper. He was the original Reaper. Because, and then his apprentice stabbed in the back and took his name. He's like, I will now be called the Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, I am now the Reaper, not you. And he's like, huh, he got me. Now I'm gonna go get captured and tested on.
Really said, damn, he got me.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, and then he started growing actual emotions, not only towards him, but then towards like the girl that he got to talk to through the glass or whatever, where he was being held and being tested on stuff.
And it was the
I'm
only
remembering that
communication he
correctly.
had.
Yeah, that's true. It was the only one, and she was so nice to him, and then that made him like more humble. And then, didn't she want to teach, and that's why he became like a teacher?
No, she was the teacher.
She
She
was
was
the
the
teacher.
original
Oh, right.
But every time
class teacher for the kids.
Yeah, and every
She
time
would always talk about the kids with them.
Yeah, and he always roast her on her shirt, just like
Okay.
the kids.
Yeah, the shirt. And I believe that's why he knew every single kid's story and name before he even got there.
Yeah, exactly. However, it's also funny how cocky is like, you have to kill me at the end, but good luck trying. Like, they all shoot, like the first episode where you see them shooting pellets at him, and he's like doing the attendance. He's like, Nagisa, here! And they're like reloading.
Just
And-
millions of bullets flying, and he's just continuously doing the roll call.
He did that. It's just like, oh, okay. And it's just like, wow.
I will say one thing, though, that I feel like was kind of not necessary. And that was his brother. I feel like his brother wasn't really necessary for the story.
I just felt like they just say he was his brother. I don't think that was even his biological brother or like a.
He wasn't his biological brother, but he was genetically made just like him.
Yeah.
His humanity was ripped from him, just like Koro Sensei.
Yeah. Well, he just becomes part of the class anyway, so it's whatever.
I mean, yeah, fair.
On to the next one, 24. This is one of my first technically harem animes because I saw it when I was young. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but there's like a hidden message into it if you've seen it.
The fuck is that?
Donnie.
Hagani? I
Oh,
don't have many.
Hagani.
Haganai.
Haganai.
Inging.
I have to look closer because you questionably said Hagani, and I was like, wait, it's not.
All right, this is a big brother. I want you to give me your hot sticky.
Yep, this is the show.
And the smug priest little girl that like does the whole with like whatever.
Yeah, this was one of my favorites. I watched. But this actually has like a hidden deep message about like friends, like because they're all like they join a club and they're like, yeah, this is a club to make friends, and it's like yeah, we don't have friends. And it's not until like you get to the end of season 2 that they just start realizing, oh, we're friends. This whole club is us as friends, which is nice.
How dare they?
Oh,
How dare
really?
they end season 2 the way they did and not do season 3?
Yeah, the way they okay. So I was going to talk about that. The way they end season 2, it's probably one of the most like the reason why people don't talk about the show is because it's one of the most like upsetting ways to end a season. Because they end it on a cliffhanger.
It kind of makes me not want to watch it.
No, I still say watch it. Just don't watch the last episode of season 2.
Yeah.
My OCD cannot handle that.
Oh.
Well, you're gonna feel pain.
I have to finish it.
You're gonna feel pain.
OCD.
You're gonna feel pain. But then there's still the manga which you can pick up. So it picks up right after.
Fair.
So, but it's like a very like I guess goes from your talent since you talk about it. You've seen it too, so you understand what I meant, like the deep message in it about friends and stuff like that. Like
Listen, man, I haven't watched anime in like 6 years, so I don't
Bro,
really remember. But
same
yeah.
here. Same here.
Wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking of like hidden messages, Violet Evergarden better be in like the top 10.
So honorable mentions are gonna be mentioned before I do my top 5.
Listen, Blitz. I can find where you live.
But can you come?
Yeah.
I can.
Not that kind of come. Like, come, dude. You know what?
It actually was, though. It actually was. Big brother, I want you to give me your heart, Sticky.
It's just very funny. I like the show. I think it had a good message because it was like, we all been in that state in our life when we didn't know how to make friends. And it's tough. It's not easy. It's not easy. So it's very relatable, and like, so I thought it was very nice. And it's pretty funny. And it was one of my first harem shows that I watched because I didn't really knew what harem was at the time when I watched this. On to another nostalgia show, Bleach, number 23. If Subarashi was here, he would be absolutely livid.
Ain't that the truth?
I actually haven't watched Bleach. I've only watched one of their movies once.
Just go read the manga. Don't waste your time with all that filler.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
hey, sometimes filler's okay. Oh god, Naruto flashbacks.
The whole series is just fillers.
Filler can be good, just don't overdo it.
Just don't overdo it, yeah. There's good filler and there's bad filler.
Oh god, a whole week of seeing everyone's dreams.
Hey,
Then there's
man.
the beach
Done like
episode.
3 months, 4 months,
Hey
bro.
man, the Killer Bee episode was pretty funny, but the fact that Tente got 2 episodes, that was just brutal. That was just brutal. But Bleach, I watched this when it was, if you remember, when anime used to share, came on TV here in Canada. It was,
Aniplex.
I don't remember it called Aniplex when it came on TV.
Well, yeah, it was, if I remember.
No,
Sorry, that's the studio. It was called
was it something like with a
what
B,
was it called?
like Bionics or something like that?
B for Bionicles?
Beyblades?
Baby.
Let it rip?
Yeah, it was called Bionic. Wait, I think it was. Yeah, it was Bionics.
Oh yeah, but it was in that block right after Naruto. You know, that shonen block they had 8 to 9 on Fridays, Saturdays. Boom, you had those. It was one of my like.
Oh my.
When
Sorry, there's something I have to play when this is all over, and it's the Blue Dragon opening.
I don't know.
No. Wait, after we done recording?
Yeah, I said after. Did you not listen?
I thought you meant after this. I was
Wow.
Like,
No, I'm just gonna play it. You're just gonna invite Rhythm in here and start blasting Blue Dragon opening. Anyway.
Just copyright.
one thing with Bleach, like other than the fillers, like I think it was pretty good. It was like it grasped me when I was younger with all like the fighting, the action, the sword. I like how Ishika was fighting with a kitchen knife. That was real nice. If you don't get what I mean, his sword really is the kitchen knife. It's the chef knife.
Yep. Well, that was his first sword.
First
and
sword. Yeah.
then his Bunkai was a really sleek and thin normal sword. And then he got two swords, and then he got a little chip piece on that he could use a sword, and then that broke, and then he got stabbed with a bunch of spirit energy, and he got Reaper powers again, and then that broke, and then he got dual wield swords, and then anyway,
Anyways, Crows is basically stating the problem with it. Ichigo loses powers too much.
The same plot over and over and over.
Basically, but it has some great villains like Aizen and stuff, and it's like their powers. It's very confusing to me, because they don't really mention it that often, but they say it. They don't talk about it that often, like what it does and stuff like that. But it's cool. It's very cool. Also, they have some kick-ass characters like Kenpachi. God damn, what a mad lad. Grimgel, Ghost.
What?
You know exactly why I said that to you. You know exactly why I said that to you.
I didn't do anything, bro.
I find it the fact that technically he can't lose his hollow powers though, because it's literally infused with him.
The fact that he was born broken.
He was literally born broken on purpose.
Oh, who does that? Who plans?
Apparently he's only lost his powers twice, but they make it seem like more.
They do, yeah. He only lost his powers twice, but it does feel like he lost it more than twice.
He keeps on gaining all these power-ups. It makes it feel like Dragon Ball Z at this point.
Yeah.
And
the other issue it falls in, the one thing that Bleach does have, it has powerful girls who do things, not to bash Naruto, but it has strong female characters in there, other than Orihime.
I just want to say, you know what? I know Naruto's on this list. I'll say it when we get to that point.
Yeah, Naruto. I can't even deny that.
Knowing this guy, I know Naruto's on this list somewhere.
You're gonna be very shocked where it is. Anyways,
what's number one?
Better not be anywhere near the top 10.
Anyways,
I swear to God, I will go up there to Canada.
Just like Komi-san, I will admit this show is very overhyped. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
I still need to watch that series.
Wait, do you mean the one where the girl's invisible when she's in a bunny suit?
Well, she's not invisible when she's wearing a bunny suit. She's wearing the bunny suit because she is invisible because her disease she has.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a disease. It makes me invisible.
I can steal things and no one can stop me.
So wait. What was the disease again exactly?
I forgot the name of it, but it literally makes her so people okay, so her backstory is she was a famous actress, and then because of her disease and stuff, people forgot about her, and people just can't censor, or if they look in her general direction, all they see is a blur. They don't they just see a blur.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea for a disease, but that kind of makes me laugh only because you see, people kind of like things that either are relatable to us if you're going to make it if you're going to state a world that's kind of like ours, or you have to just go full blown balls to the wall out there to get people interested. But this is, I mean, her disease is a little laughable, but they make it work.
They do make it work, and they actually use it really well to use it for emotional moments, near the end where he confesses his love for her, the main guy. But yeah, he sees her in the library in the bunny suit. That's from the movie. We don't talk about that. Oh my god! He just focused there.
What they twist?
I will say this: the whole romance and everything about this is so good and well done. One of my favorite scenes is where he's staring at her, and she's like, "Why are you staring at me?" He's like, "I'm looking at your thighs," and she's like, "What about my thighs? I want them to crush me.
I want them to sandwich me."
Yeah, he says that. It's he's very upfront and honest about her, and she's like, "Yo, get away from me," and stuff like that. But they have a fun relationship and stuff like that. She's her best friend. his best friends, and he falls for her.
I mean, he was
Your
the only
thighs,
one who
my
could see
face
her.
now.
Yeah, but because he was the only one to see her, she was able. Her disease got. It's weird, but it's
My disease randomly started disappearing.
it's.
And then, Mimi.
It gets overhyped. But it's still pretty good.
You.
All right, on to number 20. On to number 21.
I'm sorry, I can't get over it.
Anyway.
On to 21. I don't want to talk to that about that. That was painful. On to 21.
Sorry.
Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Iron-blooded
one?
orphans.
Iron-Blooded.
There's 80 of them.
Iron-blooded orphans.
Iron-blooded orphans.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
search that one up.
I've not watched the second season. I've only watched the
Oh,
first.
so you've seen the first season. And how do you feel about the first season?
I enjoyed it. There's like some parts where it was like they made it very slow.
Yeah.
It would like
Pacing.
they would make it like a good steady pace, and then they would just slow it down by like 12 notches.
But the whole plot and everything about it was well done, in my opinion. Like the whole like.
Oh yeah, I really like the plot and everything.
Yeah, like these are kids.
I will say one thing before we like get any more talking with it. That one dude has a whole goddamn ship
Of just
as a
women.
harem.
Just women.
A
What
whole
a.
entire freaking battleship of just women that are all his wives.
All his wives. What?
Every single one of them.
Wait, in Gundam?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
If
And
I remember correctly, like in almost each Gundam, there's some dude with a wife. Like, like
That-
every main character has a wife.
Yeah, sort
No,
of.
I mean like
Sort of.
every girl is his wife in that
like,
ship.
Yeah, okay. And what Firecraft is talking about in Iron Blooded Orphans, there's a guy, I forgot his name, but he's part of like the Jupiter Mafia.
Let's just call him the harem king.
Yeah, he's basically the Harem King. But he's actually very noble because all the girls in his who are his
He
wife
really is.
on his ship, all the girls who are his wife and everything, all these ladies are girls he saved from sex trafficking, abuse. There's in this show Iron Blooded Orphans, there's people called human debris, so they're actually known as less than human, and they're only used to do like.
Their property.
Yeah, they're just property. They don't have names. They only get the names named after them because it's part of their contract. They're basically slaves. And he saved women who were called human debris and took them in. And they fall in love with him and he had sex with them and get them pregnant. And his whole ship is full of just women and kids.
No, I will say this so we don't like incriminate him. He doesn't force any of them. He gives them all the choice.
He does, yeah. He gives them all the choice. He's not a person who just thinks. Because you actually, so in the show, he becomes one of the main characters, Orca's big brother. Like they're not blood related, but he just becomes. It's an honor thing they do for the mafia in that show, and he like you really see how he is. Like he lets people do whatever they want and stuff like that. And he's very kind and stuff, but he will, if you piss him off, he will show you his wrath.
He will show you the mafia's wrath.
Yeah. But the thing about Iron Blooded Orphans, which is different from Gundams, most Gundams, this is one of the only Gundam shows that you don't see a beam laser.
Well, they got beam
Oh yeah.
guns, but not that's essentially lasers.
No, there's not a single beam weapon in this until the second season for one part. Other than that, most of the guns they're using, they're actually firing bullets.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they're all metal bullets.
They're
There's
all-
not one beam.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a saber though at one point?
No, it was like a heated sword. Like the sword had like a
Oh yeah.
razor
It
around
was like melted.
Yeah, it had a razor amount that was moved super fast, so it make it look glow. So it have like it'll melt, it can heat things and cut. But other than that, no, there's not a single thing that's like boom. This is like Star Wars and stuff like that. It's one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the only thing like the main character Mikazuki, his gun and literally his main weapon is either a sword or it's called a sword axe and it looks like a club, and he literally just bashed mobile suits and he does not give a shit.
I love it. Go ahead, go.
Is the main character's name Mikazaki
Yeah,
or
Mikazuki.
Mikazuki?
Mikazuki.
Kazuki.
This guy has the most an interesting Gundam that has this whip thing in the back. What is that Gundam?
Oh,
Uh.
the Lupus Rex.
I think so.
Oh, so that's the final version of it. Barbatos Lupus Rex. That whip thing, that tail thing at the back of it, that's just a tail. It has its own mind control. It basically can just move on its own, hook you into the chest of a mobile suit, and just destroys it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
Because
actually...
I'm looking at his final stand here, and it's really cool, and the music is as well.
Oh, yeah, that's from season 2. That's his final
I
season.
love the music.
Yeah, the music in it, that's one thing about Gundams. They have, like, probably one of the best
That's
OSTs.
such good music.
They have some really good OSTs and stuff like that. But with all Iron Blade Orphans, it's very, like... It's the only one where they don't really use beam. Like, all their weapons are very, like, mechanical weapons, like bullets, and they
It's basically whatever you can get from the scrapyard type.
Yeah, type of thing. And, like, the story of this is very, very, like, understandable. Like, these are kids who just want to have a life. There were nothing more than slaves on Mars who got sent out into a battle that they had nothing to do with, and the people who sent them out to the battle, they left. They tried to leave and said, yeah, you guys can go die.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So instead, and they want to change the whole system. They want to get rid of the whole human debris. The whole people who are from Mars are nothing more than slaves for farming.
I still think my favorite one is Seed.
Seed's in my honorable mentions.
I will say that this though, I've heard from like other people that the second season it's pretty crappy.
Okay, so like from the way how the first season goes to the second season, yeah, there's like points where you're just like, okay, this is pretty bad. But the one thing people probably don't tell you is like it still continues the story. Like it makes sense of everything that's happening. You don't like it, but it makes sense because it follows the story. Yeah. One thing people will tell you, like how I think Rosa was just watching, they will probably tell you the fight scenes in the second season though are pretty badass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I feel like, in all honesty, the mobile suit, or like the I don't want to say mobile suit, but like the Gundam S not drama, genre. What's it called again? I don't even remember. Mecha genre. Like fell off
The mech.
pretty hard.
Yeah.
After, I want to say after Seed or Double O. I don't know.
I think it's after Double O, in my opinion. Because, let's see, Double O came out around the same time Gurren Lagann came out, and after that, I didn't think I'll see anyone talk about mecha for a while.
There still isn't like rarely any mechas. Like the latest mecha anime came out was Darling in a Franxx, from my knowledge.
Oh yeah, technically that is a mecha,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah, but,
Yeah, it is a mecha.
But
Yeah.
You're
You
in a
know
mecha
what?
where you have to have these women
but
anyway.
I don't think of it as a mecha. I just think about, like, if you go and there's this one girl, if you were with her 3 times, you fucking die.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is pretty funny. On to number 20, which is another Gundam. I just decided to put the 2 Gundams. This is my favorite Gundam series. Gundam 00.
I haven't seen Double O yet.
It's okay, so in my opinion, 00 is the most relatable one of all the Gundams. Like, to our world.
What do you mean by like? You mean by that?
So it takes place in our timeline. Like, it goes by our year. But it takes place in the 24th century. But in this, they mention in the story, in the show, that it actually starts at the end of the 21st century. Like, they just start doing, like, they switch from going from fossil fuels to solar. And the political parts about Gundam 00, which is very strong about showing, is that in 00, you have countries who rely on the economy on fossil fuels, like the Middle East. How the Middle East relies on oil and stuff like that. They're now the poorest country in the world. Africa is one of the richest countries in the world.
Huh.
Because Africa is one of the most countries that get the sun shining on them at the most time.
Oh, yeah.
So what ends up happening is those in the Middle East retaliates. So this, at the time when this came out, there was big drama about this because there was nothing but terrorist attacks in the show. there was terror attacks from the Middle East people, and then there's terror attacks that was from the past in the show, and then in the current arc, which is where the story takes off, there's new terror attacks from the Gundams. They come in and expose all the militaries, all their flaws, all their issues, and yeah, they're Deus Ex Machinas in season 1 for half of the season, because you're just like, there's nothing no one can do until they find out how they can overpower the Gundams, which is like pretty much a cliche, but it makes sense. Teamwork and uniting your resources. Also having
anything, buddy.
Yeah, also having a weasel on the other side providing you Gundam parts.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason why I like 00 so much is because of that. There's a whole thing about the political issue and how it actually reflects on the real world and how in our world, like, it literally starts, the storyline literally starts from our world saying, like, this is what happened when we went from saying, you know what, enough is enough about fossil fuels, we're switching to soil energy. And guess what? Not the whole world can do it. And the whole world is going to retaliate.
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yeah, which they did. Which 00 has Celestial Being, which is the other terrorist group, which this is a stupid premise, but it actually makes sense in a way and kind of doesn't. Their philosophy is we're going to end war with war.
So today's philosophy.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's literally their philosophy. So anytime they hear anything about war, there's a Gundam that shows up, and it just doesn't matter who's fighting, it kills every side.
Like, you want to fight each other? No, I'm just going to kill you all.
I'm going to kill you all. And guess what? And if you want to keep fighting, you guys will get through me. And they try. Some of them try. Like, there's a country that actually tried to outsmart them. And then people were like, there's a whole chess mine, like, light chess mine. And they're thinking, like, oh, is Celestial Being going to retaliate or not? All 4 guns show up at once. And then the guy's like, I knew Celestial Being's going to come. Okay. Are they going to attack or are they going to help? He's like, they're going to probably help us. Nope, they just destroyed their whole army. Every last one of them. The whole army of the country.
Why would you even think they would help?
Yeah. And you know what ended up happening? That country had to go beg for help from the Union, which is run by North America, for to join their alliance so they can get solar energy, so their country won't be poor.
Well.
They basically were forcing other countries to work together. And the whole point line of Celestial Being existence was it's basically like, Ghost, you're going to get this. It's basically like Lelouch. Their point is to unite the world so they can come destroy Celestial Being. To understand that they have a common enemy and then there's peace.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And that's why I liked it so much. Because it was like, if you can look through that. And the fights in it's really good. Now, there's some things about it that just, like Iron Blooded Orphans, Season 2 is not the best. And it's actually very colorful, which is very nice.
Which one? 00?
00, yeah. For all anime that came out in 2009, 2008, it's pretty colorful.
Jeez.
Yeah. But if you go watch it, you kind of think it came out in 2011, 2010.
When did Mobile Suit come out, actually?
Don't search that.
Not Mobile Suit, but Gundam.
Don't
Iron Blooded.
Oh, Iron Blooded? I think that was 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, 2017. First season.
$2015.
Anyways, moving on to number 19. I got Grand Blue, the manga only.
Good.
The manga's too good, man. This manga's so funny. It's so fucking funny. I was rereading the first few volumes. To refresh my memories while waiting for the new chapter, and oh my god, it's just so funny.
That artwork really pushes it beyond. The comedy's amazing, but the artwork just makes it even
The artwork takes
better.
it to the
God.
next level.
In all honesty, I feel like something that does not really rival it, but kind of almost on the same style, is that manga like that we all was starting with, like that I put up live and started to read because the
Oh!
shading in that is also dark with the faces around it as well.
The household husband. The household.
Yeah.
Husband. Yeah, that one too. Yeah, that one. Like the emotions, like the expressions of how they drawn, really emphasize how that one was.
But like, Gren Blue is just really funny. I was told it's supposed to be a manga about swimming, and for the longest time, it's not.
The fact
Like
It really
free.
wasn't.
and the
Like it is, but it isn't.
you know what's also funny? Every time I get a new member, the person's like, "I thought this is a diving club."
Bro.
It is. It's the diving club disguised as a drinking club.
You're diving with your liver.
Imagine someone else joins. So let's say someone joins the Discord and like, wait, I thought you guys were a bunch of YouTubers and we're all just drinking. He's like, we are.
That's not even the,
YouTuber.
that's not even the funny part. It's the way they drink. Like it's like they're like we refuse to drink with our clothes on. We have to be naked.
Oh god.
Literally, they just ripping shirts. Bro, how much money did you lose for that shirt? But anyway.
I like
Funny
how
because they're constantly broke.
yeah. I remember forgetting. It's like, hey, can I get some? What would you like? Hiyori, I'll like some I'll like oolong tea. All right, 6 ounces. 9 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of whiskey. There's your oolong tea.
Never let Nagisa make the drink for you.
Mm-hmm.
The lights on fire. Why can it go on fire?
Oh yeah, he asked them for water. Water. He smells it. Lights it on fire. Water's not supposed to be on fire.
But this is vodka. Well, water and vodka are the same color.
Yeah, that was so funny.
He's not even wrong.
He's not even
Not wrong.
It's not.
Like I could probably go downstairs and pour myself a cup of vodka right now, and it's just you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because it doesn't really fizz.
I'll light it on fire.
This is some spicy water, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Tap water.
You got some.
Tap water,
You
yeah.
got some strong water that went down pretty hard.
Yeah, I have no complaints about that manga. That manga and like the anime. Well, I know people say like the anime didn't do any justice for the manga.
The anime botched. The anime got botched.
Like it's not bad.
I mean,
like, they
the
did
same
it.
thing happened with the
but, like,
household
the
husband
armor-
one as well.
Yeah, it's
Not bad, but the artwork doesn't really like it doesn't sell the comedy.
Translate.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't translate. Like the
Like what
face-
makes Gramblin funny is like the over the top art,
the over the top.
but then the anime kind of downplayed it. It just doesn't work.
Bro, I will never forget the room scene. You guys remember the room scene where he's like, "I want my room to be normal." They put posters of porn stars all over his room.
I want my room to be normal. This is what do you mean? This is normal. This is what normal boys your age like to have.
And then he tells them, "Change it." Oh, I wanted the complete opposite. And he comes back and he sees his room full of gay porn stars, male porn.
Like, okay, bro, I didn't know you speak that way.
It's like, what? We did the opposite of what you say.
And he's like, he goes to the Moe guy. He's like, He's like, because the Moe guy's like, listen, I can handle your room. Okay, comes back, sees Moe girls all over his room and bodybuilders. He's like, no. And then we had Chisa, because she's just staring and she's like, and he's like, oh no, I gotta make something that Nana would like. And he posts his whole room cover of his cousin, and she walks in, and then you find out the final panel, his room is just a box in the storage room that's gonna get destroyed in 7 days.
Oh, gosh. I gotta get something that she's gonna like herself. I know, pictures of her all over your wall.
That was so funny. The manga is just over the top funny. The fact that they go to class and nothing but the boxers. And the teacher doesn't even react. He's just like, okay, this lesson is. Oh, okay.
Because he's still getting paid at the end of the day.
That's true. On to number 18. This is another harem. We never learned.
Wow,
go.
really?
Never
Really?
learned.
Really?
We
I
never learned.
We
wouldn't have
never
guessed.
learned that it would be another harem anime.
Alright, see what you guys did there.
manga. Oh.
The manga, yeah. 'Cause the manga's done, and I finished the manga. The anime ends on a cliffhanger.
Elizabeth.
Shh, not
Anyway,
that cliffhanger. That would be
for anyone that
Anyways, we never learned. I actually like this. This is like high school. It's very Japanese. Like the style is like, bro, they just need to. They're like, I need a tutor to study, whatever. But the romance in it, it's very sweet. It's very funny at times. The miscommunication, it has great. It actually has some very good, well written characters. And for once, it's a show that does not have the blue haired waifu get cooked.
That's not why I'm laughing. Sorry, I'm laughing because the first thing that you came out with, the first thing you said was, "It's very Japanese. They need a tutor."
They need a tutor.
Bro.
They need a tutor to help with Japanese.
When I was younger, I needed a tutor. Is that very Japanese?
I didn't mean it like that. I did not.
Yo, I needed a tutor for my math. I'm Japanese now, boys.
I'm so sorry, every Asian Japanese person. I'm so sorry. I did not mean it that way. I just mean.
He really is attempting to get us canceled.
You could have said the
Trying to get us
people in the
canceled
manga look
here,
Japanese.
No, I just.
Exactly.
Okay, what I meant is that it's like a very Japanese style. Like it's a Japanese style school where it's like grades are important. Grades are the top thing. And the two main girls, one of them wants to be science.
I'm not gonna comment. Sorry.
I just
Just stop saying it's really Japanese. Just get into the one what the manga's about.
The manga's the manga's about two girls who want to learn something that they're not good at. So one of them wants to be a science major because her mom was a science major, and she likes astronomy, so she wants to be a astronomer, but she sucks at it. And the other girl, she wants to be someone who writes books and literature, and she's all science and stuff, but she sucks at literature and everything, and English.
Twilight is it fucking lecture?
So
Yes,
they get
sir.
tutored by the smartest kid in the school, and he's also in the. If you find out about him, which you find out in the third chapter, he's very poor. Like, he's very poor. He does, like, his grades. He got into the school based on scholarship. Everything he's getting into is based on scholarship on his grades. And he takes care of his siblings. He has, like, 4 or 5 siblings. Take care of them. It's more,
Main girl is very cute
yeah.
with her blue hair.
And the art style is very nice. I like the art style. It's very light warming. It's very colorful. And it has a...
Oh, this is the one where the teacher's a loli.
What?
There's a lot with a teacher.
Oh, wait a minute. No, she's not. My bad.
No, yeah.
Just very young. That's it.
Yeah, she's not a lolly. She's just very young for a teacher. Really, really young. But it's very good. I enjoy it. The humor in the manga is very funny. Most people say his best girl is the swimmer girl, which is his childhood friend from middle school, because she always had a crush on him. Spoiler warning. And,
Spoiler.
yeah. Who knew childhood
I
friend?
like this.
Childhood friend had a crush on the main character.
What? Anime trope?
What?
What?
Trope?
Anime plot?
Hmm? Yeah, so it goes in with that. And I just really like it. It was very fun. It was something new, kind of, in a way. That's it. And I take back all my racist statement. Please don't cancel us.
I'm sorry, the moment you said it's very Japanese, I'm like, what do you mean? Everything's cool. Says the same point a second time. Grades instead.
I blame Noble. I watched this video before. I was watching this video before I wrote when I was writing this list. Before I wrote my notes.
Yes,
That's what he said.
Wow, blame lost
Look,
cause.
I understand. Yes, over there, school is far more important than it is in like Canada, USA, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's culturally, I don't know if it still is, but like it's culturally like a thing where it's like your parents expect you to do well in school. If you're not, you're bringing dishonor to the family. And yeah, but I I thought at least the art style would look Japanese since you're like, it's very Japanesey. No, it's normal anime.
This guy.
Your only point was school and tutors.
This guy.
That's what, man.
These Japanese
I can't.
kids need a tutor to speak Japanese.
I can't believe Blitz so racist.
Such a
I
shame.
can.
Everybody put in a comment below. Shame.
Man.
For shame.
Shame.
Makes me want to go back to the. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that.
This man was about to say something. He's like, it makes me want to go back to the.
You know what? I'll say it with you.
I will say it with you.
Oh no! All right, I'm just gonna say
Episode
number.
number 17.
I'm just gonna say number 17, which is getting hype again soon. Demon Slayer.
Demon
I
Harem?
thought you were about to say demon hype, and I'm like,
No.
I'm about to go to war with the entire province we live in because we can't see this movie in the theater right now.
I know.
oh, very true.
Yo,
I still haven't
Go,
actually
Suck-
watched the
Go
movie
Soccer
yet.
is your French. Maybe we can get to Quebec.
Okay. Funny story about that. My coworker wanted to change like all the languages at the self-serve station to French, and I told her like French is our second language, but it's not mine.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty bad at French.
Yeah. Okay, but then we're screwed. But Demon Slayer 17. What can I say? Did it get overhyped because of the one episode animation? Possibly.
Yes.
Is it okay? Yeah, it is. I actually, but I will say this: Euphoriable. God damn, they have brought that show to life. Like the animation between Euphoriable and to the manga, it's like, whoo, boy.
Excuse me. True.
Like it's a really good shonen, if you don't count the last arc.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry. Did you say except the last arc? Of course, that's what I want to hear about something. It's really good,
Up until the end.
except the end.
Because it's,
Isn't that where it needs to be good?
it's no, it's because it's rush.
Rush ending will come up later. Don't worry. Anyway,
So,
keep
like,
going.
prison school's ending.
We don't talk about that.
I thought that already ended a long
It did,
time
but
ago.
the ending is terrible.
did, but yeah,
Wait, what you said? I kind of.
the ending in prison school is terrible.
Yeah,
Prison school ending is horrible.
it's very horrible.
Yeah, I feel like
Anyways,
Demon Slayer, the hype is definitely like it's not like overhyped. Like it is like overhyped, but in a good way.
Yeah, I think it's like a overhyped.
It lives up to its hype. It is definitely worth its hype. Unlike
Here, Academia.
you know,
Oh, sorry. I can hear the Twitter warriors.
I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like this one actually deserves its hype.
No, I kind of agree with you on this because
I agree with that, yeah.
the fights in Demon Slayer are actually well written and the characters are real. Like,
They're really good animated, too.
yeah, that's one thing too.
At least in my opinion.
Well, granted, it's done by the same studio who does Fate.
That doesn't mean anything.
If you watch,
Yeah, that doesn't mean...
if you watch the Fate series, you will see how they do the fights, and you will be blown away.
Nah, they just threw a bunch of money in that. Any money into anything can be could be done better. You know what
They
I'm saying?
explain Dragon Ball Super.
Look, it.
Look at him. Look at him.
Look. The Blu-ray version.
You can't blame
You can't save that.
You can't blame him.
save
He
that.
watches Dragon Ball. It's like the only anime he keeps up
In
with
the
right now. You can't blame
Blu-ray
him.
version, they fixed it. So
Bro, I don't want to hear anything about a Blu-ray
Blu-ray?
version. Bro, is it good when it aired
Blu-ray.
on television? That's what we want to know.
well, no, it wasn't. It was garbage.
That's what I thought. Keep your mouth
Okay,
shut.
there were only certain frames because there are things called still. Okay, like. You know what? It was the animator's fault, all right? I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's the newbies that they bring in because they gotta learn somehow, right? But Dragon Ball Super, you know, and then like, you know, there's still frames and they're like I forget what they're called. The frames, the in-between frames. Yeah, the in-between frames were pretty bad. They're normally bad on purpose because it's just an in-between and they just need it for movement purposes, but that was pretty bad.
What, like the B-rolls?
Yeah, something like
It was
that.
pretty bad. It's like, you know, when like Meliodas kicked Escador, you couldn't really tell the distance that he was flying
Oh,
away
God.
from him.
Let's not talk about when Meliodas was laying on that bed. You know, that meme.
Let's just not talk about Seven Deadly Sins at all. Like, they butchered that series.
Yo, everybody had sperm for blood.
Anyways, Demon Slayer. Like, I think, like, the season 2 arc is gonna be really good. If they end it, especially where I think they're going to end it. The movie broke Japanese records in Japan for movies.
That's good. Hey, but by the way, is Demon Slayer very Japanese? Like, do they have a lot of
Well,
I don't know.
They have a lot of
I
traditions.
wanted
they have a lot of Japanese traditions in the show. In it,
How much Japanese tradition do you even know?
well, it takes place in the Edo. Is it the Edo?
That's just a period. It's
I mean,
not
they have
Japanese
trains, so it's not that.
It's
far.
not the Edo, no, but it's like that older generation where they still learn like to be a samurai and stuff like that.
Be a samurai had nothing to do with these fancy moves that cause water to come out of your sword. Number 16.
Anyways.
Number 16. Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
Garbage.
Bro,
Right.
you're low-key upset because you're not in it.
Maybe.
Don't worry, bro. They ripped my character out of the story too.
What do you mean? He wasn't. Oh. I just got on right there. I was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, wait, I'm up to date on the manga. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna say any manga spoilers. I think Ghost could back me up on this, bro. This is like if L and Light were like one of them was a female and they were just trying to confess each other, but make each other confess first.
Yeah.
That's literally what the premise is.
That's Love is War.
That is Love is War. It's just I'm gonna make this other person confess first, and it's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Why is the
all this
Kaguya dub like? Is it bad? Why are people like memeing about the Kaguya dub?
It's not okay. In my personal opinion, it's not bad. But the reason people are memeing it is that okay. So the narrator in the dub, he does like he adds his own personality. Like he's very personality on it, like on the show. Whereas you go watch the sub, the narrator is just straight voice, and and it's pretty funny. Like even when it's the ridiculous scenes, he's just a straight monotone voice. But in the dub, he will make like SpongeBob like jokes. Like when they're like a few hours later, he actually does the SpongeBob voice where it's like a few hours later.
A few hours later.
Yeah. And he makes some of those type of jokes, which I personally don't mind. Like I think it's really funny, and like how the thing is. So when people are saying like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the dub. Like the dub was actually pretty well done in my opinion. But it does get hate for things, because one of the reasons it does get hate is Shirogane's dad. He's voiced by Dio in the sub.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who did they get the voice for the up?
It's some guy named Tyson Reinhardt, but he does it really funny. Like the way he says "sugar daddy," it sounds so creepy, but it's hilarious. Like when you have your free time, just go search it up, Firegraph, and you actually would ball your eyes out. Like it's so funny. He's just like,
Was there like a dub for season 1?
yeah, that's enough for season 1.
'Cause I cannot find it for like the life of me.
No, they dubbed season 1. It came out a month ago. Cause they did season 2 first.
Yeah, okay, that was probably it because I can only find season 2 dub.
Yeah, they dubbed season 1. It's on their Funimation app and stuff.
Anyways,
On to number 15. I think, is this the last? No, this is not my last hand.
who would have thought? Oh my
Oh,
god!
who would have guessed?
His High School DxD.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
What? Like,
So, I know what it's gonna say. Light novel, not manga.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Original. Anyway.
Disgusting. Anyways,
Anyway.
number 14.
Number 14.
Fair enough.
We're not even
There's
gonna,
nothing-
we're not even
there's
gonna
nothing
give you
to
the
talk about
enjoyment
here.
or the credit of it. Just number 14.
This is just Booby the anime.
With a story.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is a
Number
priest
14.
who told me about that. Literally, Issei goes, "Hey, you want to go to a titty bar?" And he's like, "Hell yeah!"
It wasn't
Hell
Issei.
yeah.
It was a Zazel to Olden, and he's like to Olden, "Hey, you want to go to a titty bar?" He's like, "Hell yeah!" Olden still got a few moves. Oh no, it was a Zazel to Irina's father, who was a priest. And he's like, "You want to go to the titty bar?" And he's like, "Hell yeah!" And then Irina's like, "Father, you can't." He's like, "All right, I must pray first."
All right, I must pray.
Forgive me, Lord, for the sins I'm about to commit. Amen.
Like the comedy in it, I will say my little piece of it. It is a very funny show. It's very ecchi. Everyone knows it for the ecchi. Blah blah blah. But it actually has a pretty okay story. Like it actually does. If it gets to season 5, you will see what that story is. Anyways, next show, number 14, Bunga Stray Dogs.
The fudge is this?
I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it yet.
It's like a detective mystery show, kind of in a way, with supernatural powers. It's really, really good. And we're already at hour and 31 minutes.
Go on.
There's some in-depth, like the first episode hits you pretty good. With the main character, he's an orphan, he's not loved, and he's kicked out of his orphanage, and he runs away from it, and he talks about all the pain and suffering he's been for being alone, for torture, because of his power. His power is like, he would talk about, when you meet the main character, he talks about his orphanage was always attacked by a white tiger, like a literally white tiger, at night. Like at night, whenever it was a full moon or a moon was out, it was always attack. And you find out at near the end, no, he's that tiger. That's just his power. He turns into that tiger.
Huh.
Yeah. So, after that, he joins the detective. I forget what it's called, for supernaturals, and they do detective work with their supernatural powers. And one of them is a guy, and then there's that group. There's the Port Mafia, which is basically like the name says. Port Mafia is a mafia that's sited near the port who does killings and stuff like that. And then there's this other group. This is a rich American group, and there's like they clash. There's a lot in depth on the characters. There's a lot of like good moments about telling you about the characters and their storyline, like kind of like Seven Deadly Sins. The power system is kind of but there's some pretty good fights.
I see.
Anyways, going to my number 13, a super overhyped show, My Hero Academia,
Oh.
Ugh.
the manga.
The manga.
Manga?
Oh, yeah, the manga is good.
Oh, the manga with the one you mean when Bakugo dies?
Yes.
Man, I remember when Bakugo died.
Yeah,
Man, like rip Bakugo, man.
rip Bakugo.
I do want to say it is pretty hype, I guess, in the manga what's happening currently.
What's happening in the manga currently is fantastic. I don't know if you're up to date, Ghost, on the manga currently.
But
Oh, I am.
essentially, it's almost like the whole like Konoha being destroyed in Naruto.
Yeah.
The town is or the city's being destroyed. Well, they didn't even make it to the city yet, did they?
I'm not saying anything
Because
it'll be spoilers. Major spoilers.
just mute
Technically,
Ghost of
this whole
Firecraft. I want to know.
Bro, we're recording.
This whole episode is
it's
nothing
up
but
to date.
spoilers.
But yeah, there's a bunch of spoilers, but we refrain from saying things that are up to date. Like what Proza just said is like literally like up to date things.
Oh yeah, fair.
So you pleb anime watchers, I just want to say there's a guy in the this show called Makia. He's just big, giant. Anyway, that's all I'll go. That's all I'll say.
Oh my god.
Get that giant D. Get that big D.
Yeah,
Oh, what the
probably does.
Probably does.
Dun 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 dun. So who's sus?
Just saying, Makia. Yep, big boy. Makia, big boy.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Anyway,
Pretty good, you know. It's pretty good. Then why put manga?
Because the manga's like, to be honest, I think the anime is overhyped, but the manga actually, like, how some panels are drawn are really, really well drawn. Kind of like Grand Blue.
The anime is also well animated as well.
Oh yeah, the anime is well animated as well. So it's just the pacing of the anime that pisses me off a little bit. Now the one thing I will say, this also is in the manga. There doesn't need to be all these training arcs, boring training arcs. There's good training arcs, but then there's boring training arcs. Did you? Naruto learning how to summon a toad? That was one episode. I think that was one chapter as well. Good training arc. Deku learning how to flick a finger for 3 episodes? Bad training arc.
4 episodes.
My Hero Academia just has some very odd arcs.
Yes,
Let me
My
learn
Hero
how to
Academia has
flick
some
my
very
finger.
odd. The issue with My Hero Academia, it will go to a good arc, and then it just do this crappy training arc, and then you lose you, because you're just like, and by the time, and it goes back to this new good arc, but then you're like, I'm already kind of just like,
I don't want to bother with it.
yeah, because this boring arc. But
No, don't worry. That plus ultra punch was enough to keep everybody there.
No.
Yo.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
What's keeping everyone there is when it's the say run goes with everything.
You know what? Fair enough.
When you hear that, I just whew. But I think I like how it's just like plagiarism, not plagiarism. The whole superpowers aspect, like everyone's just born with splits.
Yes, plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
Yes, plagiarism.
What? There are some useless ones, like the guy with the tail. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Invisibility girl.
That's not useless. That's
Well, that's not useless. It's way better than a tail.
That's way better than Taylor. You know how you can do? You know how much stealth missions you can do with invincibility?
Exactly. You know how many assassinations you could do with invisibility? You know how fast My Hero Academia would be over with invisibility?
Ew,
Fair enough, but yet nothing happens with her. She doesn't
Because
exist.
she's too shy and stupid.
Also, because I think the mangaka just doesn't know how to draw her, because she's invisible.
But you have to draw clothes on her.
Yeah.
She could literally go into battle. Nothing. With nothing.
I think
And
she
she'd
does.
just win.
I think she does.
It'd be over. if
No,
that was
her
the case.
super suit, like, it blends in with her skin.
Oh
Then
yeah,
why
yeah.
Why is she so garbage? Why is she not used more? How is she not overpowered?
Hey man, I don't write it.
Can everybody just have height? Does everybody sense her ki? Is this Dragon Ball? Is this
I mean,
Dragon
probably,
Ball?
let's be fair. Every time she tries doing something stealthy, she's always spotted.
That is true. I actually, yeah. When you mentioned that, I just realized that is very true.
Again, back to my point. Invisibility, useless?
She is very smart.
Still better than a tail.
Fair enough. It's better than having sticky balls.
Wait.
Actually, I'd rather the sticky balls over a tail.
Well, would you rather the power than the fact that you have to have diabetes, but you become the Hulk?
Still better than a tail. Still better.
Sugar rush, man. Man's power. I need to eat sugar. Now I'm strong as the Hulk. Wow.
Now I have diabetes.
Hey, man. What
All
about
this power
Rare
at
type
what
of
cost?
diabetes, type
Bro,
9.
the fact that I saw that one power, he's like, before I fight, hold on, let me eat this cake. Pulls a cake out of his pocket. Like, what? Or what do you think the power to talk to animals is useless?
That's not useless. You can command animals
Yeah.
It's
that are much stronger than you.
It's useless when you're shy.
I mean, he's not shy with animals.
You're not wrong there.
Exactly. Bro, imagine 10 bears coming at you and you have a tail. Who's winning? You have a tail and karate practice. Who's winning? The bears or your karate?
Bears.
Those 10 bears. Like,
I don't know, man.
Everyone-
even if you took down 3 of those bears, you're tired. You've already been slashed up. You're probably missing 2 arms and a leg. It's over.
Yeah,
I
fair.
don't understand the power of anime, dude. Come on now.
That OST's gonna kick in when I'm bleeding.
With one leg?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? If Miroko can survive it, so can you, I guess. What?
Oh.
Bro.
Nobody knows what happened to her, right? It wasn't one leg that she had, but that's all I'm
all
gonna
those
say.
anime only fans, all those anime only, they're just like, what happens to Miracle? What is he talking about?
Don't worry, fine.
Or
It
no.
doesn't even matter. They made you worry for 1 second, and she's fine.
Anyways, let's get to number 12. Dragon Ball franchise.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah,
The franchise as a whole.
The franchise as a whole.
All right, so Dragon Ball is a funny one. Dragon Ball Z is where everything picks up and gets a lot more serious.
Serious.
And Dragon Ball Super is a joke.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about GT?
What about GT?
It's not canon.
You and me had this argument for years. You kept arguing with me, saying that it's canon. And I don't care what
it was.
and I kept telling you it's not canon. And for the first time ever, you kind of come out and said it's not canon.
It's not.
God.
Because I thought it was. They put him in every single game. Super Saiyan 4, Omega, and like freaking what else? Well, not any of the other Shenrons suck and they don't care. Only Ice and Nova, because people like those guys. Nobody cares about Ocean Shenron or whatever other Shenron. But I mean, even freaking Rildo can make it in some. No, he doesn't. Never mind. But like, I thought it was canon because it made sense after the events of Boo. They Garlic Jr. just wished for him to be a child. Like, he's like, give me back my youth, and Goku was like, oopsie daisy, let me stand in front of this youth-giving beam. However it happened, and Goku's still too powerful for anybody to beat.
Inference, the reason why Super Saiyan 4 is brought back is because it's just so cool looking.
It is. It's a red monkey.
It's a red monkey.
The red monkey.
It's funny as it is, it's true.
Yeah, I
It
don't
just
know.
looks so cool. It's too bad there's only 3 of them. Unless you go watch Dragon Ball Heroes. Then there's like 8 of them.
That's not canon either.
Yeah. Thank God.
Oh my gosh, it's way better than Z. Well, it's way better than,
It's way better than
it's
Super.
really good.
It's way better than Super. Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
animated the same way as Super. It's just really interesting. It's because it has a lot of what ifs that people always wanted. And I don't remember if it was the first game to do what ifs, but Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had a whole what if storyline, and that was so interesting because everybody loves the what if in Dragon Ball because
I think-
literally
I
what
think
if?
Rage and Blast was the first one to do what if characters. Like, yeah, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 has
Oh
what
yeah,
if
Super
storyline.
Saiyan 3 Broly and
And
like Super Saiyan 3
Yeah.
Vegeta.
So
But Dragon Ball as a whole, I think it's a very interesting franchise, but I will admit the power-ups get redundant and ridiculous.
that's all.
I mean, when people saw Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, people were like, "Oh, come on, are we gonna go to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Green 2?" Like,
I said that. I was like, yo, I'm waiting for it.
Super Saiyan Gray.
yeah, and
Actually-
you during the Broly movie, I see green in him. He's gonna. No, you said it in Xenoverse 2. I see green in.
Because
You said I see green in Super Saiyan Blue.
I saw it because the yellow aura. I was like, there's green.
No. It was so the transformations are getting redundant, but I can't lie. Mastered Ultra Instinct. The reason why it's hype, it's because it's not a transformation. Anybody could obtain it,
Anyone can attain it. Yeah.
bro. We could have like Ultra Instinct Kuririn or Ultra Instinct Yamcha. Like
I want
if they
Ultra
tried
Instinct
harder
full
enough.
power. I want Ultra Instinct Oolong. Come on.
You see, you could have a pig in Ultra Instinct.
Dragon Ball was the only show that showed true human equality.
And the thing is, like, there are such hype moments in Dragon Ball. Like it's really interesting when Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time because it's like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Oh my gosh, his hair has spiked up. It's freaking yellow. He has this different aura around him, and now all of a sudden he's super freaking strong. That was sick. That was cool. Super Saiyan 2, almost like the same thing. That was sick. That was cool. Super Saiyan 3, it was just the scream. That was sick. That was cool.
Okay, well, we can't lie. When we first saw the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, even Afro said it, he said it best. We all tried to do it. We all tried to do it. When you hear that Super Saiyan 3 scream, because
Everyone move out the way. I got this script.
Because, one, God bless John Shamma's vocal cords. Dear Lord, the lungs on this man, because he said he did it in one take.
And he passed out.
And he passed out.
And that's why the Super Saiyan 3 voice is so deep. His voice was shot. And he was literally like, this is Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Because he still had to record the episode for that day.
Which is like, wow, dedication right there.
It's not really dedication. Dedication, but more of the, you're on a time limit.
You're on a time limit?
And
yeah.
these episodes need to keep rolling out.
Because
So.
remember, that was the time when they were airing on Cartoon Network and stuff on TV. So they had to And man,
New episode every week.
But my favorite arc, I will just say, is the Cell Saga arc. That's what grappled me. Like, I love Gohan's transformation. I like Cell. I like Cell way better than Frieza. And Boo.
I'm just saying, what is Mystic form? What is Mystic for?
I like it better when we just call him Ultimate Gohan.
Like,
not Mystic Gohan. Just say
An
Ultimate.
excuse to make Gohan sound actually cool.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, like, because he was supposed to end up being the main character apparently, but nobody liked him as much as Goku. So he didn't end up being the main character of the show. He was supposed to for the Boo arc, but he just wasn't.
The way they started off the Boo arc kind of turned me off. I mean, yeah, it's nice.
It was a slice of life. It was literally Gohan.
It was a slice of life. And I enjoyed that part. You know when I stopped enjoying it? When he showed up to Bulma and said, I need a costume so I can become a superhero.
Where is my super suit, woman?
Literally.
Oh my god.
The fact that Goku mostly stays dead. The only person I feel bad for is Chi-Chi. Imagine being with a husband that's never there for you.
Chi-Chi is like the number one wife. If you have a wife like Chi-Chi.
And Bulma. Well, technically, Vegeta's there more than Goku.
Vegeta's hardly dead.
You're right. Vegeta is less dead than Goku.
I mean, I can understand what you mean, like, with Vegeta. Yeah, he's probably hard to work with. Hey, Vegeta, I want to paint this wall. I don't care. I just want to train.
Yeah, but he actually listens to Bulma.
Yeah.
Unlike Goku, begs his wife to leave, and she's so nice not to be like, okay, great, bye.
Unlike Goku, Vegeta actually kisses his wife before he gets
Oh, yeah. Goku never kisses his wife.
Oh,
2 kids.
2 kids, man, went straight for the business. Just straight. Anyways, let's get to number 11. Devil is a part-timer.
Season 2 when?
It's been announced, but when? They even drop a trailer.
I thought it was already airing.
Remember when it was done? And then they brought out another episode and practically teased a season 2, and then they didn't bring out an episode.
That was the biggest cock tease.
I hate animes that did that.
Just all of a sudden, an episode dropped. Season 2 when? And then it disappeared again. And then they teased a season 2. And nothing for a long time. And then now, season 2 when? We're just gonna say that it's happening. Just not this year. Maybe not next year. Maybe 2025.
What is happening?
Oh no!
But it's a good series. It's interesting. You take an overpowered person and dumb him down. Literally.
Pretty much, yeah.
He was literally the demon king, demon lord. He was just he could wreck you if he wanted to. He burned villages, and now he works at Whack Donald's.
The fact that this man cared more about his work uniform than his own life tells you
Exactly.
a lot about his character.
Imagine from owning kingdoms, burning down kingdoms, to my uniform.
The man destroying the whole planet, murdering thousands. Oh my god, my uniform!
And the fact that he technically has a turnaround thinking that he actually was a bad person. And he even makes his subjects into better people. I mean, did you see it? What is it? Is it Azazel? Is his name? I think.
It's
I
not
don't remember.
Azazel. It's like it is something with an A. But God, the fact that he can't get a job, it's hilarious.
Yeah, he can't get a job. He's on his computer all day.
Oh no, that's Lucifer who's on the computer all day.
Yeah, him. My bad.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
mean, it's
literally
Lucy,
turned him
so.
from being evil to being a bum. With him. And they all live in the same apartment.
Which is just so good. And then you have Emmy, who's just like, he's the demon king. I'm going to kill him. And he's like so nice to her.
And now, yeah, and now he's like, he just wants nothing to do with this stuff. He had
And
the
you left
opportunity-
me.
He had the opportunity to go back home, and he didn't take it.
He's like, nah. I got
Nah,
a shift.
fam.
What was the thing he said? No, I have a shift tomorrow. Or early morning shift. I can't miss that. It's like, what?
I got work tomorrow. Can't miss it, bro.
I got work tomorrow. I'll destroy countries later.
I'll go
When I say-
to town later. I got work tomorrow. It's a 9 to 5.
That's literally was him. Oh my god.
They literally humbled themselves while being normal citizens. Because what are you gonna do when you have no powers?
Make a slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a
was
slice of life.
funny. Like, I think one of my favorite moments is when they're facing that priest guy, and then they find out that he betrayed them, and then they beat him, and then he's like in the wall. He's like, Emilia, I can't believe you sided with the and they're like, oh, come! They're all screaming at him because he was working with Lucifer.
Oh yeah. Oh come on! You're literally working with this. Him, I can't believe you side with demons. It's like, bruh.
Bruh.
What
This
did you
is
just
literally
do?
loosey goosey right next to you.
But yeah, interesting concept. I really like it. It's funny. You get to see a literal character that practically a god almost turn to normal human, and see how like you would struggle from being literally a lord to just a normal person,
Yeah.
and what that does to a person. Like his whole psyche.
Shit, how do I give change back?
Then while at the police station, take us to your emperor or something like that. It's just like, show us your world leader. It's like, huh, we don't seem to understand us. Yeah, I guess not. Next scene, man's like, oh, I'm late for my shit.
And it's so funny because
There's
it's a reverse isekai, and it's way better than a lot of isekais out there. And it's just so funny.
There's not a lot of reverse isekais now that I think about it.
Well, technically, my first one was Inuyasha, but I never even took that as it. Well, that's
That's not reverse. That's just isekai.
That's just
Yeah,
isekai.
that's just isekai.
My bad, that one. Yeah, there's not that many reverse ones.
I mean,
Even
technically-
that I wouldn't really call an isekai because she can go back and forth.
Yeah, she's not like stuck there. She has the option to go back and then Inuyasha came over at one point.
Yeah.
So
Like, so
yeah, he literally came over like, was good.
Wow.
I'm a fox.
I'm dating your daughter.
Be mine.
On to number 10. Secret was comedy. Baka and Tess.
Dumb funny for no reason.
Literally.
I
dumb.
heard of this. I haven't seen it.
Firecraft, you would literally lose your shit of how funny this is. We all watched this like as a group like so many times, and we don't mind watching it again as a group.
I can't lie though. The one thing that I will say about its comedy, overuse of certain jokes.
That is true. I'll admit that.
Definitely the whole trope of like one of the guys constantly being stabbed in his eyes or hurt. When you've seen all the different ways he's been hurt, I mean, yeah, you can still chuckle at it. It's like But it's not like the ball busting. Oh my god! She stabbed him. Oh.
Well, no, I think the ball busting jokes are when like he gets like almost murdered. Like you remember the swimming pool episode when Aki tells Shoko a new fun game called Sea Creature Monster, and she literally chucks him in the water and then tries to drown him.
Yeah, like it's like they just keep on going over the top, but then once you get like the most over top you can get, where do you go from there?
Yeah, it's really hard.
Like they literally had what was it, a whole season where they had to play this ridiculous game?
It wasn't a whole season. It was like an episode.
I thought it was a couple episodes. Or the entire school was playing this game or whatever. It was like really ridiculous. I don't even really remember.
I think that was an OVA.
Oh.
I think that was OVA. I can't remember, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They all played it. It was like I was about to say a gotcha system. That's not what it is though. I forget if they all played it on like their phones or like on like those or some type of like device. I don't even remember.
The school trip one was pretty funny though. That moment when he sends a text to Minami Aki, and it says that you're the only one, but he meant to send to the guys where he was trying to lure them in to go spy on the girls, and then Yuji comes in, flips, steps, knocks his phone on the ground, steps on it, and then he's all chill, like, hey bro,
my bad.
yeah, then snaps his phone, and then he's all chill, he's just like nothing happening. Hey man, what's up? What's happening? Oh well, you just broke my phone. Like it's a whole extra.
No, it's funny when Aki does back. It's like, hey, can I see your phone?
Yeah,
It does the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, bro.
He fucking sends a text to Shoko, throws on the phone. Oh, nothing much, bro.
That is so funny. And what's even funnier is what happens later at night, because she's like, Aki, and he just sees her bending him backwards to wake him up. She literally kills him and brings him back by banging him backwards, and Aki's like, oh, and he's like, normal, me, what are you doing here? And she's like, what do you mean by what you sent me? He's like, what did I mean? Oh, damn it, I need to find a case. Oh, no. Calder's under his blanket potato with his camera out, and you just see him in that potato hunch with his camera out. She's sleeping like a goddess because he's like halfway, like his clothes are loosely. Yuji's getting tied up by Shoko. You really see Yuji getting tied up by Shoko. He's like, save me! Oh, well, it was just so funny. That whole scene episode was just hilarious. I think you do bring a good point. Like, Baka really does overuse jokes, but it's overused to the point. Like, the FFF jokes are hilarious, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just come out random and just hang him up. All right, what was he doing? We saw him kissing a girl. Kissing a girl? Death. Okay, on to number 9, which is also another over-the-top, over-extra, but it's goddamn hilarious. Gintama.
Oh.
I literally watched this show because I saw those funny moments, and I actually loved it. There are some serious moments in this, but god damn it, this show is goddamn funny.
I started. I just couldn't get really into it.
It's hard to get into. I like it's really hard. The first couple episodes are actually filler.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, which is weird, but it's so funny. Like the jokes are hilarious. I will never forget. Hey, can you boys come help us carry this boy? Breaks arm. Dislocates shoulders. Oh, sorry. I see the dislocate my shoulder. Oh, I broke my arm.
Oh god.
I went to go watch that scene for Baka and does it. I'm crying. He slips on a banana, kicks the phone out of the air. Oh! What's wrong? Huh? Yeah. What's going on? What's wrong? You know what? That thing you just did. That was very rude of you. Oh no. Fix it's just like, hey, can I borrow your? Yeah, sure. Text the person that he hates the most. I want to propose to you formally. Come to my room. Whoop. Dropped it in a cup.
There was also I saw one scene about them beating the crap out of a corpse from a coffin.
Oh, and Gintama?
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good. There's a scene where they go down a snowing hill and you don't see what they're riding until it goes up in air and you see it's just two people. They're on top of two people.
I mean, isn't that how you normally ride the snow?
Nope.
I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Apparently. The humor in Gintama is just god tier. It's just so fun.
Yeah, it's just really ridiculous, and plus they play it off in their openings like this is a serious anime when it.
Yeah, they play. Yeah, in reality, it's just like, nope, this is just jokes.
You thought there was action? Ha! No.
There is actually is action in it, but like, yeah.
There's some.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing at that scene.
It's a good scene, man.
No, it's the voice acting because he slips on the banana. Oh, what's going on, Akihisa?
All
I
right.
forgot to mention the upper bot contest is godly.
Oh yeah, the dub for bucket. This is god tier. It's sad that one of the voice actors doesn't do dubbing no more because of reasons, pedophilia. But
Good thing Discord
Sorry,
cut out right
does it
there.
Start with V and end with A.
what, number 8?
No. go on.
Ignore it. No, ignore it. Number 8.
Number 8. It's also funny, but also very serious. Noragami.
Oh, Noragami.
Noragami.
The god that nobody knows.
Yato, the god no one knows.
I love that series.
It's so good.
I love the stupid trash can scene so much. Because that's just me every day.
No, cause okay, like people always play the meme, but if you watch the full scene, because he says something very sweet, because he's like, I hope you keep promise to, because she says like, I will never forget you, because no one has ever remembered him as a god or anything like that. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he whispers on his breath, I hope that's true. And she's like, what was that? And he's like, you're wearing striped panties. And then
You're wearing striped panties.
He gets hit by the truck and you just know it's like hilarious. Like there's some real funny scenes. Like anytime Yato get
I love the comedy in that series.
God, the Yato, I feel bad for Yato, man. Anytime he gets roasted, I die of laughter. What kind of god sleeps on another god's shrine? Turns white. And he doesn't have what kind of god doesn't have a shrine? Literally dies.
I love how he feels pain every time the one dude is like screwing around. And he's like, stop it!
Yeah, I thought that was like for comedic reason, but then when they show it off, it's serious. Like you literally see like Yato could die. I'm like, oh my god, this is.
He still does it.
Yeah, he still does it, but it's like this is serious.
This is so much serious. He can die. He can become brainwashed and other shit.
Yeah, and I was like,
But he's still gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it's still going to. Now, I also like the story with it's like gods in regular world, and the fact that he's a god who just like, hey, yeah, just pay me 1 yen, like what is it, 5 yen? Pay me 5 yen,
Yeah.
5 yen, and I'll come clean your whole bathroom. I'll do.
I love the one scene how he's giving like a whole like speech, giving his whole business speech while falling off a
Oh
building.
yeah, and then the guy's like, how long we been falling?
How long have we been falling? Not long enough.
Not long enough. That was so funny.
And he just takes another call while he's falling.
Oh, and then we find out who the person was who screwed that person, Koku. Oh, the god
Oh,
of
yeah.
misfortune who robs people.
Time for highway robbery.
Oh.
I think the design is cool. Also, it's simple but cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very nice show. On to number 7. Can you guys guess what it is?
Boku no Pico?
God,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you're right. That should be number 1.
Does it start with a B and end with a lack clover?
Nope.
Well,
Is it Bakugan?
Pokemon?
Is it Shmentai?
Beyblade?
Nope. Nope.
YGO?
Nope.
No game, no
Devil
life.
is a part timer.
Oh, God. I
Three?
forgot about No Game, No Life.
Man.
It's not on the list.
I forgot about it.
Man.
It's not on the list.
Throw the whole list away.
Okay, this list is trash. It does not belong anywhere.
I completely
Everything is trash.
I completely
You're
forgot,
trash.
I completely forgot about No Game No Life.
You've disappointed me now.
Click.
There's no good anime on here anymore.
Go Toban no Hana. You know the ending is garble, but anyway.
That was in my honorable mentions. I can't bring myself to put that in my list.
My Life as a
Good, man.
Teenage Robot.
That's not an
A certain scientific
I got it. The Powerpuff Girls.
That's
Oh yeah. It is anime.
No. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Okay,
Yeah,
Talking
my
about the
number
anime
7.
version or the anime?
Yeah.
anime?
This is an anime list. Oh.
My number 7.
Fairy Tie.
Fairy
Oh.
Tale.
What
Oh.
what anime is that? I've never heard of Fairy Tie before. Please do explain. Wait, no, I think I get it. Is it Japanese culture? Are they gonna need a tutor too?
Look at this. The anime equivalent of My Little Pony. Anyway, go on.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I want to go. I just want to go to the next one. I just want to go to the next one. I ain't gonna say anything.
No. We're not done here. We're not done here.
I just summed up Fairy Tale in one just a few words. You don't need to stick around.
All I can say is I like the magic. I like the characters. Is it like story power wise bad? Yes, but I liked it. I watched it in high school at a good important time in my life. It made me understand what friends are. That's it.
And your profile pic is definitely not Fairy Tale.
Shut up.
That everybody watching can see right now. Dot.
And the next one is Konosuba.
Yes.
Konosuba.
Probably one of my
The
favorite.
king of gender equality.
For facts, my favorite isekai. I actually just laughed so hard at it. It was really well done. Now I'm not a Megami fan, and I hate how people are just like, oh, but Megami's culture. She's best waifu. Yeah, okay.
Isn't she like 14?
Yeah, I know, right? I think people are just saying that for the memes. But I really like it.
I did find it funny how like at the beginning she was blackmailing him because she was 14.
She was, yeah. Now, before I do my top 5, I'm going to say my honorable mentions. Quiz Testo Blitz, No Game No Life, because I forgot about it. In
It's
fairness,
just trash without it.
in fairness, No Game No Life would have been probably right after Demon Slayer, but before We Never Learn. So it would have been number 17. So that would make Demon Slayer 16.
Really? You're putting it that low?
Yeah, because I don't fanboy like you.
Listen.
Damn.
Look who's being called out.
I don't mind being called out because we all know we're about to call him out in a second.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that number 1 spot and I'm ready my roasting gun.
Yeah, you probably never see my number 1 spot.
We shall see. Anyways, continue.
Other honorable mentions: Gundam Seed, because that was one of my first animes there. Inuyasha's Nostalgia, Pokemon and stuff like that.
Their honorable mentions suck. They're not on the list.
Because they're all honorable mentions. Anyways, number 5.
Get better material.
Number 5, JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Gotcha.
Now,
Really?
Yeah. Ghost
I'm actually surprised.
Contestants too. I have always stated, even if Lich was here, he would probably say this. I have always stated I did never like the art style of JoJo's, and that's why I never watch it. But Ghost,
You've never watched it. Why is it on here?
no, at the time. Then Ghost said to me, he thought the same thing. Give it a watch, and you will love it. And honestly, I only became a JoJo fan because I was like, it was during the pandemic. I was sitting at home. I wasn't working. And it was on Netflix, and I said, well, I might as well watch it. And I binged through part 1 and part 2 in like 3 days. And holy
Jesus.
yeah. And then I started part 3 and took my time, and I actually really, really liked it. Then I watched part 4. Part 4 was really good. Part 5, do I need to say more? It's fantastic. And Stone
You got addicted, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah. And now I just love JoJo's.
Look at the character development on this guy.
I know,
Went
right?
through a whole anime arc.
And then his arc is gonna crash within the next anime.
Bro, what are you talking about? We all know his next anime is Black Clover. Just get out of the
Yeah,
way.
go said it. Yeah, it's Black Clover, the manga.
That's
I'm
not
literally,
number
I was
one.
waiting
I'm
this whole
so
time.
Wow.
He talks about all the time. Where is it?
Yeah, it's okay. The manga is really good. I can understand when people were like, "Oh, I watched the anime and turned off." I can understand the screaming's like no one likes screaming. It's the same with Zenitsu and Demon Slayer. A lot of people got turned off from Zenitsu screaming, yelling and screaming.
I feel like that's what made him that character, though.
Yeah, and
That was his whole
That's his
personality.
character. That's his whole, yeah.
but that's the same thing with Asta. The yelling is part of his character. If you read the manga, it's the same thing. So
Same thing for Demon Slayer too. He's yelling.
He's
That's
yell-
the whole point.
it's part of his character, right? But most people just complain about it, so it's whatever. But the reason I like
Yeah.
Black Clover to me, which is a very new shonen, and the new age of shonen, and why I put it higher than most people don't give it respect. But the manga is actually really good, and I love the lore of it, of like, and the French, like the way the magic is used is so well done with the grimoires, and yes, Asa's technically a Deus Ex Machina, because he could basically win every fight that involves magic, but he also, you see in fights in manga and anime where he's facing people with magic, and he should just win because he has anti-magic. He can't see that magic.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't. He has to struggle. He has to work hard for it, which I actually personally like, because you know what? That doesn't. He has an OP ability, but he's not OP.
And there are some moments where he can't beat them. He needs help.
He needs help. Yeah, and it's really well. And I think those are things people overlook when it comes to Black Clover. And the whole group, the squad is good. Yami, the squad captain, is a freaking badass, and I love him because he's so funny.
I love him.
Oh, so you watch Black Clover and read Black Clover.
I haven't read it. I've watched it.
You watch it, right? So you see some. So you can agree with me. One thing why I didn't put the anime really. I put the manga. Some fight scene animations are pretty bad.
I mean, I've only watched up to the point where like it's past the elven people.
Great, that's fine. Because I was going to talk about some of the some of the fights in the elven arcs were pretty bad, but some of them look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did enjoy the final fight though. That was pretty good.
Final fight was real good. Now and it's like a whole teamwork thing with the first Wizard King and everything like that. It's so nice, and the lore of it, it's just so good. I honestly I don't think Black Clover gets enough praise. It's really well done. I think it's like really grown on me. I like Asta's philosophy. He wants to make a world where everyone's treated equal. Everyone is the same. Doesn't matter where you come from, what status you are, or how powerful you are, or how much mana you have. Which hits home to our real world, because we have people who are fighting for the same thing about with social injustice, with Asian hate, Black Lives Matter, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4. My number 3, you've been waiting for it, is Naruto.
The hell is number
Why
2
is
and
that
1 then if
so
Dragon Ball
high
and
up?
Naruto aren't 2 and 1?
Why is Naruto higher than Fairy Tail?
Nostalgia.
You really gotta ask.
Because
Nostalgia.
That is the only reason it's that high up there. Is just because nostalgia. There is no other reason.
But like Naruto has like a really interesting story, and I think Naruto Part 1 is not as interesting. It's just funny.
Still funny.
Until you get to
lot,
halfway
a
part.
lot of
Yeah.
people argue with that, but I agree with you. A lot of people say Part 1's better than Shippuden, and I agree with you, Kurosawa. I'm like, no, I really dove into the story of Naruto and Shippuden. I thought Part 1 was just funny, and
Yeah, Part 1 is just funny.
It was just funny. I just thought Part 1 was just funny. I understand when people say like there's some hype. There's some hype moments like the chewing exam. There's some hype moments. There's some really lame moments in there too, like Sakura cutting her hair.
She could have stabbed people.
She could have stabbed the person, but she cut her hair. It just...
Most useless human being that ever existed.
Oh no! Take that back. Pre-Shippuden, yes. Shippuden, Sakura's actually very useful. At times.
She's useless.
How is a medic useless?
Aqua is better than Sakura.
Does Aqua heals people?
She can. If she wanted to, but she's useless, so she
never
doesn't.
shows it.
She puts all of her points on show. If she actually did her points like actually right, she could be badass.
Good.
But no, she's stupid.
Anyways, going on with Naruto, yeah, it's nostalgia. I grew up watching Crows, so you can vouch this, because we used to call each other on the phone whenever a Naruto episode was on TV. And talked about what we liked about the episode, and like, we were like, oh my god, did you see that? Did you see what Naruto just did to Gaara?
Yeah, like there were like really hype moments in normal Naruto, but I think the issue with just Naruto in general is those just like nothing's happening arcs.
Yes.
Nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on.
Naruto,
Like
half the whole series is just filler episodes.
you're not wrong, because literally there's a lot of just nothing. Like it was fine in Naruto Shippuden in the beginning of it because Naruto just came back to the village
Yeah.
from leaving and training with Jiraiya. And then he comes back. And like it's been years. Well, like 3. But like
And still, it's been years.
because he's 16, right?
Yeah, he's 16.
I don't even remember how old he is when it's over, but
I don't think
When he's over, over, he's like a full-fledged adult.
yeah, he has 2 kids.
Isn't he like in his
30.
no, I
He's either
meant when
in his
Shippuden was
mid-
over.
Oh,
Like,
Shippuden,
when he
oh.
fought Sasuke.
Oh, when he fought Sasuke? Because that was his birthday. I think he was 17.
This
Yeah,
all
he was,
happened
like-
in the span of a year. That's terrible. Anyway,
17 or 18. I could be wrong.
18, sure, but like, bro, it all happened in a year. This man's 1 year of his life, his 17th birthday, he fought his best friend.
Bro, if this all happened in the span of a year, that's a whole shitty year. You lost your mentor.
The city, your place got destroyed twice. All of Konoha was blown apart twice, not once, twice. And how many times has it been blown apart? Let's see, Ninetales 1, Pain 2. Who else did it? I swear there was one before Pain. Or was it after
Oh.
Pain?
We talking Konoha in general?
Yes. Didn't Sasuke?
That one time at the beginning of Boruto, I guess.
I'm not counting Boruto.
We're not counting Boruto. Boruto
4.
sucks. It doesn't exist.
That's why I
I'm
asked
counting
Konoha in general, not like in the series like Konoha as a whole. That technically counts since it's Konoha.
All right, how many times has the Leaf Village been blown up?
Somebody Google it.
Like 3 or 4 times.
Bro, I will hate to live.
How many times have Leaf Village been destroyed? How many times has someone attempted to destroy it?
Attempted?
12
What do you
different
mean, attempted?
occasions. Madara Uchiha was okay. These were all the attempts. Madara, the Hidden Mist Village, Obito, Orochimaru, the Hidden Sand Village, Pain, Sasuke, Teneri, Otsuki.
What do you mean attempted?
Momoshiki,
He destroyed it.
Kazuma. And the last person who did it, in the image below was that one dude that Boruto's going to be fighting, Kawaki or something like that. Bro, this village never gets a break.
I feel bad for that ramen shop.
Hell, I'm living there.
Ikarachi ramen shop.
Ikaruka Ramen Shop has been destroyed. Bro, it's the only thing standing. That's the only way. It's the only thing that never gets touched.
Pretty much, yeah.
We still have ramen and still come cap off our
No.
city destruction ramen.
It must be paying off for all the destruction. You know what? Naruto paid for everything. He literally did. It all came out of his pocket for all the ramen he bought.
Pretty much, yeah.
Done. 12
Nothing
different
else.
times, 12 different occasions, the Leaf Village gets either destroyed or attempted of destruction. And apparently there's filler content where it was also destroyed. That's so stupid.
But going back onto Naruto as a whole, like, yeah, like I love, like one thing I will never forget about Naruto is the hand-to-hand combat. Like I can hear that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because in all honesty, hand to hand looks more interesting than like just all these different like abilities flying around.
Flying around, yeah.
I mean, that's probably why people got tired in Gundam, like of the beam swords, beam lasers, just
yeah.
constantly beam everything.
Yeah. So that's why Iron Blooded. I remember so many people when Iron Blooded came out. So many people jumped on that because it's different.
They got axes, bullets, whips, all these other different kinds of weapons. that aren't just-
Chainsaws.
chainsaws.
Yeah, there aren't just freaking beams.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ships didn't fire beams. The ships fired actual
Bullets. Yeah.
Pistols?
bullets, cannons.
Like cannon bullets. But yeah. But with Naruto, there were still the kunai, and yeah, sometimes you would implement some jutsus you would see, but it was so good.
Especially in part 1 of Naruto, when you saw a jutsu, yo, that it meant something. Like, especially when Kakashi literally says to Sasuke, he should not know freaking fire style.
Oh, remember when you fought Jiraiya and Kakashi were the strongest character, and then Itachi rolled up?
I just want you to realize you never see Kakashi train, and in each new arc, he's stronger.
And he learns a new jutsu.
And he learns a new jutsu.
Remember when he showed up?
You never see this man train.
Remember when Naruto was trying to make the Rasen Shuriken and he showed up to Naruto? He's like, alright, let's test this wind style. Oh yeah, I can use the Rasengan, by the way. Men just
Oh yeah, just pulls up. No Sharingan needed. I can use the Rasengan. Your Rasengan against mine. Pulls up to Sasuke. Your Shidori against mine.
Well, he tossed Sasuke the Shidori. It was a lightning blade. So.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, they're just good moments. Alright, on to number 2. This series just finished. We can't say the ending.
Why not?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan was
I
the
just want
first
to
ever
say,
anime I watched.
Mikasa was the main character all along. It wasn't Aaron.
I literally said, you can't say the ending. This man.
You didn't.
But
didn't.
I didn't.
That's fair.
Mikasa really likes Aaron's head. Just his
Very
head.
smooth head.
Okay, now you're pushing it.
Now you're pushing it, buddy.
I'm just saying.
Man, God, no
Mikasa
work.
really like, and I don't mean she doesn't like getting it. She likes just his.
Guy has no self-regard for spoilers whatsoever. Even though
Not at all.
Even though we said
Gonna have
you
to
can't,
keep all of this
immediately
out.
decide to try it. I'm like, it won't work. You just spoiled.
No. Nobody knows what happened.
You
Why-
literally
why-
just explained what it was.
Why? No, I didn't. What? Like, why does Mikasa like? Why is she the main character? Why does she like his head?
Shut up.
Nah, I'm not even.
Just stop.
I'm tempted to say what you just said about the head part.
Bro, Aaron's a bird.
Oh
Like-
my god.
Oh my god, dude, come on.
Anyways,
Aaron's a bird.
Well, Attack on Titan. At first, I will say the first episode got my attention when I saw it ended. I was like, holy shit. Then a few episodes after that, I was like, oh, this is kind of just okay. And then when we get into when Aaron sacrificed himself for Armin, and you think Aaron's dead, I'm like, holy shit, this is
The main character actually died.
damn. And then we find out Aaron can become a Titan.
In all honesty, that in the season was really sick. The fact that you thought Aaron died, but then it's like for people that are obviously just like, but he's the main character. What do you mean he's dead? Like,
Yeah, it's like midway through the
This
season.
is anime. What are you talking about?
all right, my bad, because Mikasa's the main character. My bad. Just like in Akame ga Kill, everyone thought it was Tatsumi.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you really just went there.
But then all of us were too stupid. Names the show is called Akame ga Kill. A
And
character
the
called
main
Akame.
character, like in all the screens and everything, is the girl.
It is Akame. Like, even though there was a whole episode with Tatsumi and Bula, but anyway.
Whole anime Akame kills just Tatsumi, and Akame's just there, even though she's the main
Akame's there.
character.
She's a side character.
She's
But
the
a main
side
character.
Akame is straight up a side character till the end.
Pretty much, yeah.
both in manga and anime.
Exactly.
The manga's
But
done
anyways.
for it, right?
I'm gonna
What?
kill you now.
Yeah.
What? It's been done.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Same as Attack on Titan.
Silence Attack on Titan.
But yeah, it was interesting. The fact that you learn that he has a Titan, or no, that he is a Titan, can turn into a Titan, and the fact that being able to turn into a Titan is a thing, then you start wondering, like, oh, well, his Titan is different from all the other ugly looking Titans. So, and like the armored and female Titan look different than all the other ugly looking Titans. And there's this big fat dude called the Colossal Titan, not the Colossal, what other people call him, but you know what I'm saying.
You almost said their bridge line. You almost said their bridge.
No. It's the Colossal. But yeah, then you gotta start wondering, who is it? Who could it be? Are there other Titan shifters? And it just that mystery, and then the basement. How could we possibly forget the basement?
The
And,
basement, the most important thing of the whole
Most
franchise
important
that they
thing.
didn't use 3 seasons to hint at.
The basement.
And it turns out it wasn't really.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Nothing matters.
Nope.
The
All
key
it
doesn't
did was-
matter.
All it did was here forced time skip.
Here, we found the basement, and here we are now.
Well, I will
Time
say
skip.
this. Attack on Titan did taught me how to get girls to like me. Cause mass genocide or throw rocks at them.
I love to say literally how, and then you said, I was like, yes.
Yes.
One or the other. Guaranteed.
Hey, notice me.
I promise you, your crush will notice if you do either of these things.
If you commit, I don't want to say the number because that's a spoiler, but if you commit mass genocide or throw rocks at her, she will.
It'll pay
You'll
off.
notice.
It will pay off. I do not.
You'll get that girl in no time.
Exactly.
She will be yours. Alright, on to my number one. Girls, just say it. You know what it is. It's not Attack on Titan. That was there.
Yes, it all comes down to me. Alright, then the number one anime on this
High School
Blitz
DxD Season 3.
Bro, you
Specifically
dumb.
that season.
Bro, you dumb. High School to Dead. Jesus.
Wait, what?
Guys,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
all
true,
wrong.
true,
We
true. It
all
wasn't even on the
know.
list. It wasn't even on the list. It has to be number one.
Yeah, man.
It's called Geass. What?
Code
Wow,
Vein?
such a
Oh, it's a
shitty
video
anime.
game. I see.
Code Pain.
I'm about to
I have video series on that. Subscribe to my channel to watch it.
Yeah, Code
Code
Geass.
Grass? Wow, what's this? It's a hacking anime?
Code Geese? Code A Geese?
Code Chess Player?
You know what?
Alright,
That's
that's
what Minecraft. What? That was kind of true.
Chessmaster 9000?
Oh, you're pushing it. You're pushing it.
Am I really though?
Calm down. No, go.
Code Light Yagami would fold him?
Are you dumb?
True.
Are you dumb? Bro, I'm gonna say this right now. Light will get folded by Lelouch.
Nah, man. His deductive skills are too good. Eventually, he'd find out his name, write it in the death note, and he'd die.
Bro, all
If
of Lelouch
anything,
has to do
All
is find out
Lelouch
guys
has to do
help
is
kill
look.
themselves.
All Lelouch has to do is look at him.
Yes, Light Yagami will totally piss his
Bro,
pants.
like Yami
can't do
could
that.
walk up to him and just say, "Hey, yo, what's your name?" Lelouch would be like, "Yeah, I'll tell you my name, but before I tell you your name, can you look you in the eye?" Boom.
Wait, I don't remember. No, never mind. I never did think
Can he tell what you are and what you're about by looking you in the eye?
No, his Geass,
Oh.
his mind control.
Oh.
He just has to look at you and he can control you.
But I
And
thought, he
you're-
only do, I thought his whole thing was about commanding people.
Yeah,
That's basically what it is.
that's basically what
But
it
he
is.
can only
He
do
commands
one thing.
everyone that
He
looks
can
in
only
his
do it one.
eye.
He can only do it to them one at a time,
One at
or
a time.
once at least, just once.
Just once. But he can make the commands like specific of like, what they can do at certain times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He can command something to
What's- Still.
somebody to do something 5 years in the future. So
But how would he know that Light Yagami would be trying to kill him?
He wouldn't, but Lelouch would just kill him for no reason. He doesn't give a fuck. You think I'm joking?
You really would, to be honest.
But what makes you think Light would actually be stupid enough to walk up to him? Well, L caught him off guard by literally meeting him and being like, I'd like to tell you that I'm L. Holy shit.
But you gotta think too, L was smart enough to actually look for him. Lelouch wouldn't do that.
Lelouch wouldn't look for him.
See, so Light Yagami would win. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having this debate right now. But anyway. Podcast episode? Who would win? Light Yagami versus Lelouch?
Ooh,
I'm down.
down, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it'll just be us talking about masterminds because they are smart characters.
Anyways, back onto Code Geass. The only reason the anime is good is because C2.
What?
What?
It's a hidden mecha anime.
What?
What?
Oh wait, no, it is in mecha anime. Yeah, that's right.
It's a mecha, yes, but it's not just because C2 helps, but
Shit helps.
Teacher helps.
The whole anime wouldn't exist without her. I hope it helps.
I mean, that is true. You're not wrong, really, because she does give him his power.
Not to mention a whole bunch of other people, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
If they decide to make L2 the main character, then really C2 didn't necessarily need to exist.
But
But
L2 wouldn't give him Kios, you know that.
yeah.
L2 wouldn't give him Kios, and he hates L2 because you know who L2 is. But we're not gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know what you're saying, but no, it had to be C2. If C2 didn't exist, then the story wouldn't exist.
I just realized the character I was talking about, his name's not L2, it's someone else. L2 is a character, but
Yeah, L2 is a character.
it's not. L2 is a character, but it's not the guy I meant. I forgot his name, but it's something too. I don't remember what letter.
V7, I don't know.
Oh, V2.
V2. That's
yeah,
it.
V2.
Oh my gosh, I was taking anyway.
That was V2. V2. L2 is a character in the show, but
B2?
I got it
What,
wrong.
Nani?
yes.
Code Geass predicting VTubers?
I guess. I mean, I just love it. It was really good. I like the storyline. I love Lelouch. Lelouch is actually one of my top 15 characters of all time.
To be honest, I got bored of it. It got
Oh, wow.
predictable.
What?
I could predict everything that was going to happen next, and it got boring.
I don't trust your opinions because you have No Game No Life. It's your number one all-time anime. So,
It's a fucking good one, bitch.
He had a whole comedy show as his number one. Uh-oh.
You know what, Blitz? Where is No Game No Life on this list? Where is
Huh?
it?
forgot
Yeah,
it.
where
I
is it?
forgot
Huh?
it.
Huh?
I forgot it.
You
But,
can't even say anything. It's not even on the list.
yeah, but I wouldn't have it as number one.
Be me.
I wouldn't have it number
Hey.
one.
No Game No Life is a top 15, but not a top 5.
It's not.
Shame.
Shame.
Plus, you only like it.
Shame.
You only like it because of Shiro, so shut your mouth.
Both your
I don't
your
like it
comedy
because of
shows-
Shiro. I like it because of the
Both-
pure comedy of it.
Both of your
Okay, I can
comedy shows
respect
hit
that.
their
I
peak
can
now get
respect
off the
that.
stage.
What, Ghost?
I was gonna say both your comedy shows will hit their peak now get off the show.
But with Code Geass, what really thrives it is the mind games with it, and yeah, Lelouch outsmarts some people, but there's times where he gets cornered and he figures a way out of the situations.
Yeah. There was that one part where he got trapped in the island with the one dude.
Yeah. I mean, when it died, but I need to rewatch Code Geass. It's been a while.
Can I just say I low-key dislike Suzaku?
See, a lot of people dislike Suzaku, but here's the
Super
thing.
low-key.
I actually like Suzaku. I'm one of the few who actually likes him. Because his character does make sense, and I can understand where everyone's like, God, just kill Lelouch, just kill Suzaku. But if I put myself in Lelouch's situation, I couldn't kill Suzaku. Suzaku, you have to, because I think people forget that he grew up with Suzaku. Suzaku family is the only one who took him in. Him and Nana.
He's family.
Yeah, he's family.
It's like he won't let anything happen to the sister.
Yeah, exactly. And if you follow the storyline, you realize, you would know, family means a very important to Lelouch.
Family is everything for him.
Yeah.
Then I forgot it's Fast and Furious, but anyway, keep going.
Pretty much, yeah. That's all it is.
Except
It's
cars.
a lot more smarter.
Except with cars, it's mechas.
Very weak mechas, but anyway.
yeah. Well, at least
It's just an underlying mecha.
yeah. But it's very nice with the mind games and the characters. Like Colin. Colin's a fantastic written character. Because she's a person who's half Japanese, but she's fine for the Japanese because she's like, they even state that even people who are half Japanese, based on how they look or something like that, they get treated discrimination and stuff like that. And you look at Colin, like how she looked, she could easily lie that saying she's fully Britannian, and they would believe her.
Yeah.
And she does take advantage of that. She goes to school as she says as a half Japanese but half Britannian, but she acts like she's full Britannian. But then after school, as we know, she's a rebel and trying to fight discrimination.
Yeah.
Fighting for the 11s.
Interesting.
And that is my list. I did forget No Game No Life.
There's a bad list. You see, Death Note isn't even on it. You...
Death Note's not on it. No Game, No Life is not on
No
it.
Game, No Life on it either.
Hold on.
I forgot about Death Note.
Voting.
Next week's podcast episode is a Crows Up Firecraft collab where they try to make an anime tier list, and me and Blitz have to criticize it.
A tier list or a list? There's a difference.
Make a list. Both of you.
Oh,
Both of you.
God.
I'm the teacher, and I'm making you two partner up to make a list. And you have to present it to me and Blitz. You have 1 week.
I'll just put that in the back burner.
No. You have 1 week. This is worth 75% of your overall grade.
Fuck school.
No, I said I was signed up for this. So yeah, you guys don't have to do yours yet.
All right, so this has been the podcast. So thank you for joining us. That's not happening, and yeah.
Look how she is. Like, nope.
I would have to think of 36 anime.
You don't have to do 36. You could just do 20.
That's why I'm partnering you two up so you can split it half and half.
And if I
Actually, to be quite fair, like I watch a lot of low-rated animes that are not very
and
that
if I
popular.
include like No Game Death
I love
Note,
Golden Time.
which I forgot. No Game No Life and Death Note, and The World God Only Knows. I also forgot to put that one up here. I would have reached 40. I just forgot those three. Well, 39. I'll have to think of one for 40. Probably one of my honorable mentions.
You also didn't put Fate up there. Just saying.
There's a good reason why I didn't put Fate up there. I haven't seen all of Fate, and I only seen like 2 of them. I think personally I should rank them until I see all of them. I'm also haven't seen the Heaven Feels movies, so I'm waiting to go watch them.
There.
Yeah. But animation wise, I do like it. Story wise,
Also, you didn't put Violet Evergarden up here.
yeah, I need to finish watch the movie.
And I don't see Darling in the Franks on there.
Yeah,
Bro.
that-
Why would that be up here?
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like it.
It needs to be on the streets, bruh.
I agree with him.
I don't
see on the
see-
street alone with Cockroach on.
Okay, hold up. Where was Interspecies Reviewer?
Oh, see, that's in a different list. This is my animes that I like, not my animes that I fap to.
All right. Where was Redo of Healer?
Okay, so that was the podcast, everybody.
Hold on, I'll answer the question. That's another list. Animes that I literally wish I can scoop out my eyeballs with my ice cream scooper and forget that I watch it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Depression.
I'd rather watch Isekai with a smartphone twice than watch Redo of Hero twice.
Oh, I remember that anime. That was so predictable.
Okay.
That is my list. Is it trash? I am aware.
I'll say Crows don't sound very satisfied, but anyway.
Okay.
I am supposed to ask what's your guys' final opinions on the list? What do you think?
Shitty.
Well,
Track A.
you lost all respect once you said, wait, huh? No Game No Life is not on here?
Because it is good shit. You have
not-
freaking good luck, girl, but no game, no
I'm
life.
not denying with you this good shit, but the reason most of these shows that I put up here, I've watched at least twice or 3 times in my lifetime. I have only watched No Game No Life once. And I admit it's good.
Wow. And I bet you haven't even watched the movie.
No, I haven't.
Damn.
But I know it's a prequel.
Yeah, it is a prequel, but it is a very good one.
I
And
know.
necessary to get a lot of the lore.
I've seen some scenes from it. It does look really good. It's well animated. I have nothing against No Game No Life. Yeah, I agree with Ghost. It's a top 15 at best. But I'm not going to put it on my list because, like I said, most of these animes I have seen at least once or twice. Like, twice. Actually, yeah, all of them I've seen twice.
Yeah.
Except for Komi-san, because I'm currently reading that, and I love it a lot.
They don't even have all of it translated, sadly.
Yeah.
'Cause I think they're like 4 or 5 books behind.
I believe so. I have to go look on my app. Because my app, the original website I was using got shut down. I'm sad.
Well, I ain't using the website. I got the full book copy.
Oh, damn. You need to send me your source. Anyways, I guess that's a podcast. Holy shit, almost 3 hours long. This is going to be funny.
Good luck with that.
Thank you guys. Come back to next week where we'll discuss what's next week episode.
Well, we'll see you next week, and
We'll see you guys next time. This has been us roasting Blitz because his taste in anime is shite.
yup. Bye, video time.